going down, everybody? I hope y'all can hear me. I hope everybody is having an amazing evening. Whew, we got so much to talk about. So much, so much, so much. So, I don't know if y'all are in New Jersey, but they are talking about a storm coming on Sunday. Talking about it's supposed to last all the way through Monday, child. I don't know how these people make their damn money because half the time they don't know what in the hell they talking about. But I am ready. So if it do come, we ready. We prepared. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so first let's get into some news, and then we're gonna get into some of the other stuff that has been going on in and around the sport. So I am going to start with some of the news that I saw earlier today. So Deontay Wilder is set to face Derek Chisora. Now, obviously, this is going to be what I thought was a tune-up fight. Just a layover fight to get him kind of warmed up, to get him there against Alexander Usyk. And we're going to talk a little bit more about Alexander Usyk in a little bit, but maybe that's still happening. I really haven't wasn't able to figure that out completely, but I do know that their fight is set to take place possibly in London in April. So obviously, if they lock that fight in 100%, we'll talk about that fight as well. But that is one of the things that I saw earlier today. I also, if y'all don't remember, we discussed previously about the WBA ordering the, I guess, Kevin Smith and David Morrell fight. So they have went ahead and ordered that. Now, what's interesting is this was supposed to, well, the purse bid is set to take place February 2nd, right? Now, this came about because they couldn't agree to terms. Remember back in, I think it was July, right? We spoke briefly about this fight. This came after David's win against Iman Ketia, which elevated him to a mandatory status. Now, the letter outlines strict terms. Bid must start at a minimum of $300K, okay, with 20% due immediately from the winning promotional team. So when they had this purse bid, obviously they couldn't come to terms on nothing, child. They was trying to, wait David out, and David's team said, I get that ass over here. So we're going to definitely see, what happens from there. Purse bid is set to take place, as I said, February 2nd. So I will let y'all know what happens from there. But that is what's going on with that particular fight. Now, I don't know if some of you all saw what I saw, but Ja Opataya has signed with Zuffa. Okay. Now, obviously, this comes as a shock to some people. Why in the hell would he decide to go over there? He's basically belt hunting, all this here jazz. Now, they are going to allow him to fight for the remaining belts. Okay. I was able to obtain, I guess his trainer did an interview addressing this situation because it was a little hazy. It's like, well, hold on, because they're not going to be, cooperating or respecting the other sanctioning bodies. However, it appears that they're going to make a, concession for him. They're going to allow him to finish out his belt hunt. So this was his trainer speaking about the situation that they found themselves in and why exactly they went to Zuffa.
But was there any other offers on the table other than Zuffa?
No, this is it. And the thing is, as I was just about to say, that Jai wants to unify the titles. He wants someone to believe in him, someone to support him and get behind him. Now, Jai's fought in Riyadh seasons, and Riyadh season's been a massive shot in the arm to a lot of promoters and fighters globally, and it's been a really good thing. I feel as though Riyadh season is slowing down a little bit. Last year in 2025, Jai fought 3 times in Australia. And Jai hasn't fought on a Riyadh season since, I think it was October 2024 against Jake Macy. We didn't have any other option other than to join Zuffa. And one of the biggest concerns that obviously I had when we first started negotiation was the fact that, you know, they didn't recognise the sanctioning bodies. However, you know, it's probably to sweeten the deal and to get Jai across the line is that they will, you know, let Jai fight for the titles and unify the division is exactly what he wants to do. And Jai's spoken personally to Dr. Khan and Turki Al Sheikh, and they've gave him their word and promised to get him the big fights and to get him the unification which he wants.
So there you have it. They're going to allow him to unify. I'm not sure how all of that is going to work once he completely transitions over to Zuffa. But, you know, Zuffa is getting, I don't want to say like a lot of our guys, but it does seem like, you know, more people are interested in pursuing Zuffa than originally thought. And to my understanding, João Batalha is going to be the face, I guess, of Zuffa boxing in the heavyweight division. So we're going to see how that all plays out. Speaking of them, you know, we discussed basically the upcoming cards and everything like that. And we'll go over it because remember, tomorrow is their premiere as well, their rollout card. And from what I understand on this particular card, because I was able to get their lineup, I don't know why they got their lineup in the bushes, child, but nevertheless, Jose Valenzuela versus Diego Torres is going to be headlining their February rollout, because I guess they're doing an additional rollout. And I've already, you know, told you guys previously. We're going to get to this in a minute. I've also told you guys previously about this fight. So this fight is obviously set to be their rollout fight. It is going to be their main card, their headliner. Also on that card is Michelle Rodriguez versus Austin Deonta and Julian Rodriguez versus Cain Sandoval. Now, Julian Rodriguez, if you guys remember, he had that really good last minute of the round knockout against Avius Griffin. But he's since, you know, he's discussed his troubles with like getting signed to a real promotional company and, you know, just having the backing. So this seems like it could be a good fit for someone in that particular situation. But something else kind of struck me as odd that I also saw earlier today. Alexander Usyk has now been having talks with Dana White about joining Zuffa Boxing as well. So this is getting very interesting. And we're going to get a little bit more into that after a bit. I definitely do want to make sure I just get the news for you guys first, obviously, before anything else, before we get up into the trash, honey. Katie Taylor is set to retire this year in 2026. She is an Olympic gold medalist, okay? She's been undisputed. She's done massive numbers on Netflix, as we saw those 3 fights she done had with Amanda Serrano, when they was in there scratching each other's eyes out and, you know, banging each other's head against the pavement. But she is looking to have one last fight before she hangs her head up, right? So it appears as if Mother has been in conversation with Ronda Rousey. So when and if this fight gets made, this cross fight, because I'm assuming this is going to be in Ronda Rousey's wheelhouse, but if this fight gets made, I'm definitely interested in it, and I am definitely going to have my eyes on that situation. Okay, so I will keep y'all all abreast on what exactly is going on, and then we'll get into some more of that. But this is the final piece of news that we're going to be talking about a little bit more in detail a little later in the show. Obviously, the amended Ali Act advances to the House of Representatives, and we're going to break down what exactly this means in a little bit. But I wanted to get y'all the news and then obviously the upcoming fights. Also, they are starting to, and I think I played like a clip of, you know, Alicia Baumgartner's response to Carolyn Dubois' last week's show. But they are now brewing this as, I guess, women's next big rivalry in boxing because, as you know, There is not one, as you know, to keep everybody kind of glued and keep their eyes pretty much on it. Right now, we're just kind of following individual boxers and seeing how their career goes, but just as a whole, right? Nothing to kind of keep us, you know, constantly watching and see what's happening. So they're trying to make this into the next big rivalry in women's boxing. I'll say this: if both of these women continue to win in the fashions that they continue to win, I can see this happening. Obviously, you know, Alicia has made, you know, that Carolyn Dubois needs to clean out her division, which is 135, and then possibly they can do some sort of catch weight or something in the future. But like I said, if these two women continue to win in the fashion that they have been winning in, then I can't see why this fight shouldn't happen. It would be a good fight, in my opinion. Let the best woman win. You know, Alicia, she's stepping it up now. She's fighting 3-minute rounds. She's looking sharper, in my opinion, under the tutelage of Derek James. We already know Carolyn Dubois is a dog. You know what I'm saying? She coming to fight and she coming to win. So this will definitely be an interesting matchup if it ever comes to fruition. Both of these ladies, you know, and neither one of them a slouch. You know what I'm saying? So if they can get it together and, you know, both continue to win and the buzz around this fight gets bigger, hell, put it on. Let's squabble up. Y'all know what I say. Squabble up, goddammit. Let's get to the squabbles. And then we're going to get into some of the upcoming fights. But before I do that, let me go over here and see what's popping off over here in the chat. Speak to my peoples. What's good with it? Oh, hey, Cheryl. How you doing, girl? Happy New Year, boo. All things, my brother. What's going on with you? What's going on with you? Yes, honey, yes. Okay, Crush, how you doing, baby? Yes, hallelujah. Writer's Block. What's up? Where you been, boy? Writer's Block, what's up with you? Yes. Hello to Beth. I have no idea who you are, sweetheart. That's something you're going to have to ask Jesus. Okay. Let's see. Alicia. Hey, Kishwa. Hey, boo. How you doing? How you doing, mama? How you doing? Hey, Cash. Look who done crawled from underneath that rock. Hey, boo. Hey. Oh, God. All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and get into the news. Well, we did the news. Let's go ahead and get into some of these upcoming fights that we have going on, because y'all know we got the big one this weekend, and we're going to talk about that too. So, first things first, tomorrow, y'all know my baby girl, and y'all better show us some love. I told y'all follow my baby on Instagram. Okay, she has her first fight coming up on, not tomorrow, Lord have mercy, on the 24th. She will be in her pro debut fight, so we are definitely going to make sure we tune in. It is the Rumble at the Raceway in Virginia. If you guys are in the area, you can go on championshipminded.com and purchase your tickets. And also, you can tune in. I have to figure. I'm gonna get it from her because I forgot what she said. We can watch it, but my baby's pro debut is on the 24th. So y'all make sure y'all tune in and watch that fight. Okay. Obviously, we know this weekend, the big one, okay? We got the Raymond Muratalla versus Andy Cruz, and we're going to get into that too, because you know what? These two young men have the best men in the business in their corner. So we're going to talk about whose corner advice do we think is going to pull this off. Robert Garcia, we know, is one of the best trainers in boxing. And he had a little something he wanted to talk about too, when he was asked about what's going to happen with this fight.
24th. We have
the Friday card. The Friday card.
Yes.
Is that the Zuffa card?
Yeah, that's the Zuffa card. Yes,
okay.
yes. And then the next day we have the Maximum card with top rank, obviously Raymond Muratalla versus Andy Cruz. We're ready. You know, it's a great event, great weekend for boxing, because we have 3 different locations, Friday and Saturday, but we're ready for it. We have like I said, we have a great team. We're gonna split up and we're gonna do our job. But yeah, Raymond is ready to go. Raymond is in great shape. The rounds are already done here in the gym. He did a great job. Now it's time to do it inside the ring Saturday night.
Well, you heard that. You heard that, honey. So they think they're ready, and we're definitely gonna see if they are ready. But that fight is going to be on the 24th, also with my baby girl Tiara. Now, y'all know next weekend we have just a slew of damn cards. We got my little baby girl. She's fighting on the 30th. Okay, Hennessy, Francesca Hennessy. I told y'all before she fighting her bantamweight fight for all of them belts over there. Okay. Also, who is this? No, I don't think that fight is Saturday. Yes, don't forget we have the Pro Box card. Okay. That is actually tomorrow. The Pro Box card is tomorrow, guys. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. La Casino Hotel. And if you guys are in the Maryland area, make sure you guys get on down and support these young gentlemen. Okay. This card is tomorrow. Don't forget on the 31st, which is next weekend, the same weekend as the Tio and Shakur fight, we have the Zayas versus Farouk fight. This is a unification fight, guys. So definitely make sure you guys tune into this. And then obviously we spoke about this card, Tiafimo versus Shakur Lopez. And the undercard obviously has Keyshawn Davis versus Jermaine Ortiz. Shoes on this card. Carlos Adames is on this card. So this is a pretty decent card that's happening next week too. And we can break them fights down individually to see, who we think is going to win in each, respective fight. But since we have done the upcoming fights for the remainder of the month, honey, we are going to go ahead and get into this. Okay. First, we are going to talk about the paper champ and the pullout king, also known as Kid Austin. Now, him and his daddy, okay, have been all over the internet talking about these fights. Now, I find it interesting because obviously Lamont Roach's name got thrown into the mix. And so here's what he got going on, what he thinks is happening anyway.
There's a possibility that I can fight Kid Austin for the WBA 135-pound title. We definitely going to push for that. Obviously, I entered the rankings at the number 4.
Child. That's what he said. You heard him, right? That's what he said. Well, this is what Papa Schofield said.
Has nothing to do with us. We about to fight. We about to fight for the WBA against Lucas, most likely, because he won the opportunity to fight for Tank's belt. So Roach being a part of this conversation is just y'all talking. That has nothing to do with me. Truthfully, no, honestly, it's no debate on him. He's not part of any part of my financial plans. That ain't presented to us. So anything debating on a Roach has nothing to do but market Roach. So to me, it's not beneficial to me. Right now. Right. So why am I going to market that gentleman right now on this interview? We're talking about Kid. And Roach haven't been a fight that Roach haven't been presented as a fight. So when that fight is presented, we could debate that then. But that ain't what's on the table. Even with the WBA, that ain't even what's on the table.
Well, I guess they told you, Roach. But before we get a little bit deeper into that, because I got another clip of Roach and another one of the Schofields, of course. If you have been living under a rock or you just have not been paying attention lately, obviously they are talking about the WBA title that was once held by Gervonta Tank Davis in the lightweight division. Okay, Gervonta Tank Davis has been stripped of his belt. They're calling it inactivity, and we all know the legal issues that he's facing. But what did this really do for the division, right? The belt is vacant. Obviously, Kid Schofield thought they were going to just give it to him because he says in several interviews, that he's glad that Lucas decided to step up and wants to fight for the belt, which, why wouldn't he? But here is the question, right? Is Floyd Schofield the heir to the throne, right? Or is he a paper champion in the making? Because if we look at his 2025 resume, it don't read like a road to glory, okay? It looks like strategic decisions, business decisions. You heard his father just say that Roach is not in their financial plans, mixed with convenient injuries, right? So we're going to break down the timeline, the receipts, and the man, basically who's calling him out face to face, which is Lucas Bahdi. And we know how Lucas Bahdi does. I think he is at a great position to MVP. He's very strong. He finishes a lot of his fights by knockout. So this, if it definitely gets made, then we will definitely see. But Kid Schofield, I don't know why they're running around here like, the prettiest girl at the prom. We talked about this before. The same thing with Virgil Ortiz. A lot of these gentlemen, and we discussed this before, have a tendency to make themselves bigger than what they are, right? And I get it. Lamont Roach is just trying to stay active as well, so I completely understand that. And he doesn't get to jump the line, sir. You are number 4. He doesn't get to jump the line. But Schofield is very unreliable himself, So I'm not sure what's going to happen with that situation. Mother will be watching that like a hawk, honey. But here's a bit of an interaction between Lucas Bahdi and Kid Schofield's father. Why he was on the interview first, I don't know, y'all. I don't know.
Now, earlier, Senior, before you jumped on, Lucas said, he's very adamant to get this world title shot. No funny business whatsoever. He said a little bit. What was that, Lucas? They starting to build the reputation of pulling out.
Nah, it ain't no reputation. That's people gonna always talk. Floyd says send him a link. Tell Mills send me a link. Now Floyd got pulled out of a fight by the British Border Commission because he was poisoned, and the toxicology showed. That's why nobody sued me and said I'm lying or bashing anybody, because a fact is a fact. Somebody tried to kill him there. The other fight before then, he had surgery. They had to rush him for emergency surgery because his 2 testicles wrapped around each other and cut off the blood circulation. So,
yeah, y'all heard that right. Didn't that boy post a picture of his wrist the last fight that he pulled out? And now he's saying something about his testicles. This is the first time I'm hearing that. So 4 days before the Shakur Stevenson fight, right, he had a bad weight cut. Somebody tried to poison him, so he said. So Shakur ends up having a final replacement. He fought Patty. And Kid Schofield went home. Okay, maybe you want to call that bad luck. Okay. Then November 8th, Schofield was supposed to fight JoJo Diaz, a solid name, a good name, right, to be on his resume. Tevin Farmer was a good name, but we all know Tevin Farmer was past his prime, and he had just been in 2 back-to-back wars with Zepeda. Okay? So now, apparently, he said that in sparring, a sparring partner threw a bad uppercut. Well, which one is it, sir? 2 major fights last year that he pulled out of. So, Lucas Bahdi is correct in wondering, will he make it to the damn finish line? Lucas Bahdi has a 75%, I believe, knockout ratio, and he is ranked in the top 5 by numerous sanctioned bodies. He's number 2 in the WBA. So this is definitely going to be a good opponent if this fight gets made. I'll say probably Kid Schofield's toughest test to date. I don't really know how to really measure this kid because he was very inactive last year. And then prior to that, what was that fight that he fell off the stool in the end? I mean, I'm not saying the kid doesn't have skills, but he is a little wild. He needs to learn how to kind of control that a little bit better. But we're going to see, like I said, if this fight between him and Lucas Bahdi gets made, then we'll see what's up for sure. But I'll tell you what, they better not come in there half-stepping. Things can end badly for them if they do. But where does that leave Lamont Roach? Okay, because now, he wants to be in this particular fight. Obviously, they're not interested in him. Number 1 should fight number 2. So I 100% agree with Papa Schofield when he said that. So I'm not sure what Lamont Roach is going to do, but the delusion continues. Take a listen.
Meantime, if that don't happen, we still waiting on Pitbull Cruz to see if he want to, run it back or not, Because right after the fight, it was motherfucking, oh, we'll give you a rematch, we do this, we do that. And then they went and watched that motherfucking tape and was like, you know what? We gonna pass. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder if we'll see a lawsuit from him. I digress. I'm not sure why Lamont thought that he could skip the line at 135. That's not even his weight class that he campaigned. He had 1 fight there, and then he went up to 140 and fought Pitbull. He was stripped, as you guys remember, of his belts the moment that he stepped in the ring with Pitbull. So now he is not a champion. So I can't see a lot of people lining up to fight Lamont Roach. He's definitely a skilled young man. However, he has nothing anybody wants from him. Okay? He has no belts at 130. He didn't win the belt at 140. He's coming off of 2 back-to-back draws. So that's not really very enticing, for someone to want to get in the ring with him. So we're going to see. I'll see what's going on with Lamont. We'll continue to follow his story and see what he has going on. I'm sure that he, can have some other options. Didn't Oshaki go back to 130? So I'm not even sure really where Lamont is going to land, where he's going to campaign at now, because this fight with Kid Austin would also be at 135. So is he going to make that his campaigning weight class now, or he's just looking to float around? I'm not really sure, but we'll keep our eye on the situation, and I'm sure he'll continue to let us know what he got going on in here. So yeah, it's your reputation. So I don't know what's going on. Definitely. So here hey, sexy Kendra girl, how you doing, boo? Yeah. So that is what we got going on with Kid Austin and Lamont Roach. Now, obviously, he will, I guess he's going to continue to try and pursue a rematch with Pitbull, and we'll see what manifests from that situation, and we'll see how that all comes about. But here is the real issue that I'm having currently with some of the things that are going on. And I don't know how many of you are aware that the Congress did meet and they did decide to go ahead and push this through, right? From what I've read, because I did read most of it online, or just basically the notes on what it was that they had going on. So this is their first step, obviously, to being, I guess, the first step in it being put closer to being introduced into Congress and potentially signed into law, right? In a 30-4 bipartisan, for 19 Republicans, 11 Democrats, it got approved, along with a few new amendments, before being sent to the House of Representatives for the next step in that process. Now, they're claiming that it doesn't change the existing act, but it will allow the UFC style of promotions, which we discussed previously, also UBO. It will allow them, obviously, to operate, right? Fully functional operations. Now, it includes promotions allowed to sign fighters to exclusive contracts. It introduces promotional rankings and titles of their own and other required provisions for health and safety and pay. Okay. There were a couple of things that they needed to include in order for it to be moved successfully. So some of those things were they had to increase the minimum payment per round from $150 to $200. They had to expand the proposed medical coverage from $25,000 to $50,000. They updated the proposed timelines and frequency required for mandatory medical testing, including like eye exams, blood work, brain health testing, and any other related evaluations that needed to transpire for the boxers. Now, there were a few other representatives that made concessions as well. So Representative Mark Hearn, how do you say his name? He proposed updates for a minimum number of positions. So Zuffa originally only wanted one damn position in one ambulance, but they're requiring now for 2 to be present at every UBO fight. Ihan Omar, I don't know his name either. He said that they cannot have any contracts longer than 6 years because, obviously Zuffa wanted these boys to have lifetime contracts, I'm assuming, but they were cut at 6 years. They proposed free agency provisions to allow boxers beginning, I think it was 30 days prior to the expiration of their contract to initiate contract with other UBO or promoters. So obviously they can't go after any guys, I guess 30 days prior to their contracts being up with the promotional companies that they're working with currently. In the absence of a fight within 6 months period, a boxer is entitled to compensation equal to 10 times the minimum per round, which is now obviously $200. Now it goes to the house. So now we just have to wait and see what's going to happen from there. But it has been pushed, and now obviously we know the relationship Dana White has with the president. I'm not going to get into all that, but that's what's going on with Zuffa. As I told y'all now, also Alexander Usyk is going over there. We already knew about Ray Valenzuela going over there. So we're going to see, right? We're going to see how this all pans out. We're going to see how this is structured. I'm going to watch that card tomorrow on Paramount just to see how, see what it looks like, to see their structure, to see how they have this. Because like I said, it's going to be in the Apex. So we'll see. We'll see, guys. It has begun. We talked about this before. We talked about Zuffa boxing for a long time now. We talked about the announcement that Dana made when he had that silly little shirt on Zuffa boxing years ago. He said he was going to do this, and he's been slowly working towards that. So we don't know. But they moving. They moving. Obviously, they're lobbying quietly in Washington, D.C., honey. So we're gonna keep an eye on these boys and see what they got going on. But the days of these guys making, like the Canelos, which they won't get the Canelos of the world, obviously, but 50 million guaranteed for one fight and this and that will not be happening over there. As I told y'all, they have guys over there that either, other promotional companies were not looking at that hard, or just, the numbers didn't work for them for whatever reason. We heard Ja Opatai's manager say that, he wasn't even being looked at some of these other companies. Julius Rodriguez, he's had a hard right to go, so he's now over there. So, I presume those are the guys that are going to be taking the Zuffa boxing route currently as we move forward into 2026. But their first card is tomorrow, the 23rd tomorrow, and then they have another re-roll out February 1st. So we'll see from there what happens. But let's see what's going on. We should have been minutes into. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, I don't know, guys. They have the weirdest stories. Thank you. That's what I said. I said, wait a minute, didn't he say it was a wrist injury? So I don't even know how something like that can happen. If they that low and then they wrapping around each other, something is not right. I don't know what's happening with these people. But anyway, I will let y'all know what's going on. If it moves any further, obviously, if it's passed, then I will let you guys know that too. But for now, all we can do is watch. Wait and watch. I mean, it ain't hurt me none. I'm going to watch it regardless because I want to see what's happening. They will be doing, so for their rollout tomorrow, they're going to have, I think it is 10 rounds, 3 minutes. So that's how they're starting off. They're starting out with 10 rounds, 3 minutes, and then I guess, they'll go from there. But I thought it was interesting that they're going to allow Ja Opataya to continue his belt hunt over here, which is a little interesting because they're not going to be honoring those belts over there. So I really don't understand how that's going to work out. I guess, they'll figure that out once they figure that out. So, yes, he is, Shawala. He's definitely that. Okay, now this is what I'm going to talk about. So obviously we know this card between Muratalla and Cruz takes place on Saturday. We want to talk about what do y'all think Muratalla is going to have to bring to this fight in order to win this fight successfully, right? He is going to have to outthink and outwork Cruz. Okay, I don't think he can outbox him, but if he can keep that stamina up and he can just keep his work rate up, he may have a chance. A lot of people don't think Muratalla has a chance in the fight. A lot of people think he's trash. Excuse me. But we will definitely see. But I thought it was interesting that it's going to be Bozy and it's going to be Robert Garcia in those corners. We all know that Robert Garcia obviously is an amazing trainer. As you heard him say, he has fights going on all weekend. He has some fighters on the Zuffa card that's going to be airing tomorrow. And then on Saturday, obviously, he has the top-ranked matchroom card. So, it's just interesting. He said they're going to split. I think he's going to be with Cruz on Saturday. And I think he said his brother or whoever else is in the training with them are going to be with the guys on the Zuffa card while he is with Cruz while he's with Muratalla over here on this the top ranked matchroom card on Saturday night, I believe it is. So what do we think? Is Muratalla better gets his season somewhere? Farmer was almost too fast for him. Well, that's an interesting take, and that's what I want to talk about. I want to see, who do we think has the better, I don't want to say, yeah, who do we think has better footwork? Who do we think, well, you say you think he's slow, so I guess we know who's a little faster. But if he can outthink Cruz in that ring, right? Like if he could cut the ring off, if he could keep his work rate up, if he could keep pressing the pace, or do y'all think that, first of all, who hit harder? Because that may be a factor if he wants to continue to press the pace. Okay, let me see something. Bring up this board box and see what's happening over here. I definitely want to know. When I was looking earlier, I could have sworn. But nevertheless, these people, the Schofield people, I don't know what they got going on, but they I thought, my assumption is that they thought they were going to just be elevated. But then I'm assuming Lucas Bahdi stepped up and said, nah, I want to fight for that belt, which is the way it should be. Instead of just elevating guys, let them get in there and scrap. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to definitely see what happens. But what would y'all rather see him fight? Y'all would rather see him fight Lucas Bahdi, or y'all would rather see him fight Lamont? Who do y'all think y'all would rather see him fight? Okay, so Ray Muratalla is 23-0 with 73% knockout ratio. Let me see if I recognize him. What we got going on? Let me put a second screen. We can go through what is happening. But I want to talk about this fight, y'all. And who do y'all think has the better trainer in this situation? I know that Cruz has been definitely getting better since he's been at Goldie's gym. I saw him doing like some pad work with Boots the other day, working on his head movement, working on a couple of combinations. So he definitely Tevin Farm. Oh yeah, that's how he did fight Tevin Farm. Diego Nunes. Oh, Jermaine at the time. All right. We're gonna see. I thought that's how they hear. But nevertheless, here you come. What's going on? Muratalla gonna whoop Andy. Oh my God, Mr. Shelton. Mr. Shelton, how do you think? All right. And so it's begun. Come tell me why, Mr. Shelton. And so it has begun. You always saying somebody always gonna whoop somebody else. Okay. Mr. Shelton, how do you see that fight playing out? You said you think that Muratalla is gonna whoop Cruz. Can you tell me how or why you think that? Outside of telling me he's not that good, because I know that's your go-to line. You love to tell me how a fight is not that good. How do you see this fight breaking down? I really want to know. I want to know how you see this fight breaking down. Because a lot of people don't think that Muratalla may have what it takes. He's going to have to dig deep, I'll tell you that, because Cruz, he's going to come, he's got to be patient too. He's going to have to be smart and apply smart pressure. But we're going to see. We're definitely going to see. I mean, like I said, he's been, I've seen Cruz working with Boots. Boots look like he's taking over the training duties for Andy, you know. And, you know, they say he over there looking good. So we're going to see. Mr. Shelton, tell me how you feel Muratalla butt cheeks. I'm not going to.
Muratalla is a world champion. Got about 24 fights. This dude you talk about got 6 fights. He fought 3 cab drivers and 3 Walmart workers.
You got to stop this.
I don't see him beating nobody.
Hold on. So you don't think that his Olympic background has anything to do with it?
The pros? No, I don't have nothing to do with the pros. They don't fight 3 rounds in the pros.
Okay. Mr. Shelton, so because of the amount of fights that Muratalla has, that's why you think he's going to win?
He got to prove. No, the 6-fight guy got to prove he can beat the 20-plus fight guy.
Well,
I don't
mean,
believe the 6-fight guy can beat that guy.
He got something. He getting in the ring with him. So I mean,
He got in the ring with him because that's the way they moved him. That's the way they moved him, and that's the way they positioned him. Doesn't mean he deserves to be there.
Well, it looks like they may be working on, some things to get him in there to hurt Muratalla. I mean, they working on some hip movements. They working on that feet. They working down there in Philly, baby. So I don't know.
I'm not.
And Cruz, who do you think has a higher ring IQ?
I don't know. Cruz got 6 fights, so I don't know. I doubt it's him. He only got 6 fights.
Do you think that they'll stand in the pocket and trade? You think he'll stand in the pocket and trade with Muratalla?
I doubt it. We know Andy's not the hardest puncher in the world, so I doubt he does that.
Oh my goodness!
That would be silly if he did that. He'd lose.
Okay. Lord have mercy. What's up, Cam? Oh, Cam, this thing must have messed up.
Okay,
right, so well, that's going to be interesting, right? Okay, because he does have Robert Garcia in his corner, and obviously Robert Garcia is going to train him to be smart in that particular ring. This is, pressure. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have to definitely apply smart pressure to Cruz. He's going to have to cut that ring off. He's going to have to go to that body. He's going to have to come with it.
Now, I will say this, though. To your defense, I will say this. Looks like Muratalla, this probably might be his last fight at 35. Look like 35, like he's outgrowing the weight class. It does look that way.
Okay. All right. So who do you think wins the tactical battle?
I'll say Muratalla because he has more experience.
Okay. So you think Muratalla is going to win because he has more experience? I don't see. What's up, Cam?
What's poppin', sis? What's poppin'? Hey, Mr. Shelton.
Yes, sir. How you doing, brother?
So, what stylistic wise, like, what makes Muratalla like better to beat Andy Cruz 100% other than the experience?
Well, I think he's a tougher guy. I think he punches harder. I think maybe Andy Cruz may be the better boxer. Probably is the better boxer, better movement wise. But he doesn't have the experience to. I don't think he has enough experience to implement that. I think he's gonna get sucked into the fight that Muratalla wants to fight.
Did you see Muratalla fight Tevin Farmer?
Yeah.
What you think about that fight?
Just because you have trouble with Tevin Farmer doesn't mean you have trouble with Andy Cruz.
I mean,
Tevin Farmer's way more experienced.
Is a lot more lighter on his feet, a little bit more skillful, in my opinion, than Tevin Farmer.
I'm not doubting that. I'm not doubting that. But what I'm saying is Tevin Farmer is way more experienced in the pro game than Andy Cruz is. So it's a totally different fight when you're fighting Tevin Farmer than when you're fighting Andy Cruz.
Mr. Shelton, I want you to read
I say that Muratalla is going to do things to Andy Cruz that he hasn't seen before.
I want you to read the comment on the screen, Mr. Shelton.
What's it say?
Out loud for the class. It says Cruz stopped Moran. Devin couldn't even do that, but Cruz can't punch.
Who? Hey. Antonio Moran? Are you serious?
It is a good point.
Come on, man. Antonio Moran ain't never been champion of anything. So let's not even, come on.
Well, we're gonna definitely see. Who got Andy Cruz winning this fight? Who has Muratalla winning this fight? Y'all let me know in the chat.
I think it's a pure 50-50 fight.
Nobody is good. I think it is too.
I don't think people are good. I think Muratalla's good. I just don't think the guy you think is gonna win is gonna win. I think Muratalla is a good fighter.
I didn't say who was gonna win. I just said that I don't think it's gonna be as easy as you think for Muratalla. I think that Cruz is definitely gonna bring something to that ring. I mean, he's down there training with Bozy. Like I said, he's been working on a lot of stuff. Bozy got him in that gym working hard, baby. Only way that Muratalla he's gonna in order to slow down Andy Cruz to keep up with his footwork, he's gonna have to go to that body. He's gonna have to go to that body early.
Yep, they got on FanDuel right now. They got Andy Cruz minus 270 to Muratalla plus 200.
That's cool.
Is
That don't
that
mean
even?
nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Is
Yeah, at
that
least
even, brother?
50-50 too.
We'll see. Hey, look, we'll find out Saturday. What's that? The 21st? Is Saturday? What's Saturday? 21st?
Sheldon, you think Muratalla stop him?
Oh no, I don't know if he stops him. I think Andy moves too good for that.
Okay.
Who else is on this card? Let me see.
Khalil Cole versus Jesse Hart. That's the co-main event. Which is
Yeah, I got
Okay.
Khalil Cole in that fight. I got Khalil Cole stopping Jesse Hart, and I like Jesse Hart.
I heard a
But
couple
Khalil
people
Cole gonna
say
stop
Khalil
him.
Cole probably stopping Jesse Hart too. So I'm not.
Yeah, he gonna stop
Lord
him.
have mercy. 60-50
Jesse Hart,
Raymond on
37.
smack.
Jesse Hart went to war twice with Zerto Ramirez like 10 years ago. So
He definitely did.
Shalawat said Cole with the deadly jab. Okay. If this fight with Lucas Bahdi and Kid Austin gets made,
Hey,
who do
all
y'all think?
things. He's stupid.
Yeah, he is. I
I
ain't dealing with
just
all
see
things
that.
today. I ain't dealing with
He's
that.
He's right.
What do you think
Things.
about the situation with Lamont Roach?
what's his situation?
Well, he need a situation. That's the situation.
Oh
But
well, I can speak on it.
he's looking to
I mean,
fight Kid Austin, but obviously Kid Austin is not interested in that fight.
If he can come up with $10 million, Kid Austin to fight him.
See, this is what I don't understand about their market value. Where are they getting these numbers?
hey, for real.
I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm being realistic.
I am, because I think it's
they are.
hilarious. I think it's
I don't think
hilarious
they're
that you
being
think you worth
realistic.
$10
Where are they
million.
getting these numbers? That's what I'm saying. Like you want 10 million to fight Shakur. You want 10 million to fight Abdullah Mason. You want to like where are they getting these? Your deal isn't even worth that much. You got what 5 million on Golden Boy for 5 years? Like what's happening?
Yeah, he ain't the only one. You know, there's other people out here with inflated opinions of themselves.
Yeah, but okay, back to the breakdown of this fight, Muratalla and Cruz. So, who do you see pressure? You know, setting the pace and pushing the action first?
Muratalla. Eddie Cruz is a boxer counterpuncher. He's gonna sit back and let Muratalla come to him, and in return, Muratalla only knows one way to fight. It ain't like Muratalla got a myriad of styles. He gonna fight one way. He gonna come at you. All Robert Garcia fighters fight the same way. All of
them. Yeah. Mama hold Jack. What?
I don't know.
She did. Oh, he did. I said she.
Flair.
Y'all got me saying she. Boy, y'all got me.
I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I mean, he has some of them box with a little bit of skill and more flair. Like he tried to do with Rayo. You know what I'm saying? When he was working with Rayo in recent times.
Oh, speaking of that, speaking of my man Rayo, y'all heard what he did?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Sign the Zuffa?
Sign the Zuffa boxing.
Yeah, I talked about that in the news, Mr. Shelton. You must have just got here. He's over there. Jao Bataya's over there. Usyk is now in talks with them. It's a lot of them boys going over there. So we'll see what happens.
I think my boy went over there too. Christian and Billy, he went over there.
Yes, Christian and Billy is over there, along with several others. Not with the Philippines level, but along with a lot of other boxers.
And they scrapped the Shiraz fight.
Shit, don't hold back. Go to say that shit.
They scrapped the Shiraz fight and they running back the Martinez fight. So I dig that.
Yeah. They scrapped the Shiraz fight. I didn't see that.
No, yeah, they scrapped the Shiraz fight.
That's right. Adam, thank you, Shawala. That's right. Brandon Adams, F.A. Ajaba over there now too.
I like that. Brandon Adams finally get a shot. He can quit his job and start training. I like that.
Yeah, Shiraz chose what's his name?
Pacheco.
Yeah, Pacheco.
That's
easier
right,
fight.
Pacheco, yep.
Easier fight.
Burrow, Chuck, Botier, yes. All those guys are now over there. So
hey, we got a card coming up too. What's it, the 23rd?
Tomorrow, yes, they have a card tomorrow.
Yeah, Zuffa card. I like
Madrimov
it.
fighting. Madrimov is on the card with Muratalla too, fighting
Oh, who's he
Salazar.
fighting? Who's Magma fighting? He got a soft touch?
Salazar.
He's fighting this
Salazar.
guy that's 20-1.
He got a soft touch. Okay, cool.
He said soft touch.
Mr. Shelton is
He got a soft touch.
crazy.
I mean, is he supposed to be in a banger though?
No, he's supposed to be in a
No
soft touch.
evidence.
That's what
Okay,
he just came off surgery.
Get a little understanding.
He just
That's
came off
all.
surgery. He's supposed to be in a soft
Some
touch.
of y'all be thinking he, you know what I'm saying? All these guys supposed to be in banger after banger out here, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
not
he's-
really how it goes.
he just got out the hospital. He just got out of surgery. He's supposed to have a soft touch coming back.
Well, then, okay, so obviously, then we know that Canelo is going to be in a soft touch in September because he just had elbow surgery.
Who, Canelo?
Yeah.
Did you expect anything less? You think Canelo gonna come out of surgery and fight somebody that can actually beat him? Come on, man. Oh, he ain't doing that.
All right. So back to this fight, because Mr. Chelsea, you are just crazy, and I just can't
I'm just telling you the truth.
take it no damn more.
I'm just telling you the truth.
Hey, he acted up, though. He acted
So-
up a little bit. Like it's light though. It's like he acted up a little. It's a light though how he acted up though. It's a
I
little
ain't
light.
acted up. I'm just telling you the truth. Y'all act like Canelo finna come back and fight Shiraz or something. He's not gonna do that.
Listen,
Shit. He
Mr.
ain't wanna
Shelton
fight
and
Iglesias,
Cam,
man.
he don't want to fight nobody.
Who the fuck
Listen.
would Canelo fight then? That's my thing now. Like, who's he gonna fight?
Listen, we'll see.
They
who
gonna
we fight.
find some
But
dude
back
at
to this fight.
168 that you've never heard of, and they're gonna put him in there.
Listen, all things said Mr. Shelton on smack. Yeah, terrible. What's wrong with y'all? What is wrong with some of y'all? No, back to the fight. Okay, Mr. Shelton, right? You
Yes.
think that Muratalla is gonna win this. How do you think
I
that
do.
he is going to do with Cruz's footwork? Because he does use lateral movement. You know, he makes his opponents miss. You know what I'm saying? So he punches in sharp corners. Do you think that
Well, I think back
Muratalla
to
is
the
gonna be
old
able to
days, right?
withstand that?
I think back to the old days, right? And when you had a guy in front of you that moved a lot, what you would do is you hit him on the hips, you hit him on the elbows, you hit him, you try to go for the kidneys, you try to go for the body work, you try to hit him anywhere, beat him up, make him sore so he has to slow down. You make him
Well,
fight.
that's
You
what
cut the
goes
ring
to the
off
body,
and
though.
make him fight.
Yeah.
That's what
Okay.
you have to
So-
do.
So if he cuts the ring off and makes him fight, that's why I say you think he'll fight him in the pocket. You said no.
I don't think Andy Cruz wants that. He'll try to get away. But if Andy Cruz is forced to, he'll have no choice. Muratalla's best chance to win this fight is to force him to fight, to make him fight. Don't let him
And
box.
he's gonna have to
Make
use
him
his-
fight.
yeah, he's going to have to use his size and pressure.
Exactly.
He's gonna
Exactly.
have
You
to.
hit it right on the head. It's just like with the
Yes,
fight we got on the 31st. The only way the other guy can win that fight, he has to impose his will on Shakur Stevenson. He has to make Shakur Stevenson fight. Do not let Shakur Stevenson box. If you let him box, he'll beat you. You can't beat him in a boxing match. You can probably beat him in a fight. You got to make him a fight.
Yeah, Muratalla's going to have to. If he's going to win. That's why I said, who do you think is going to press the pace more? Because he's going to have to establish his jab, like you said. He's going to have to, throw them punches and hit him everywhere. But he's going to have to use his size to his advantage as well.
Right.
He's going to have to maintain some sort of pressure, but it's got to be smart pressure. You know what I'm saying?
But see, the thing is, Andy Cruz don't punch that hard. So if he can take Andy Cruz shots and he's not worried about what's coming at him, he could just steamroll the guy and beat him up.
Okay, all things said, Cruz's chin could be a problem. So we're going to see. We're going to see. Y'all see a knockout in this fight?
If a knockout comes, it's going to come from Muratalla. If there's a knockout. Because Eddie Cruz don't punch hard.
Yeah, I don't see no knockout. I see it by decision either way. This is just a pure 50-50 fight, man, to me. Like, I love this fight from, definitely.
Yeah, you're right, Cal. You're absolutely right, because you got one guy who's super experienced, and you got one guy who's an athlete.
The 135, the landscape, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of, a lot of open, play for everybody up there in 135 right now, you know what I'm saying, with the landscape. Shakur fight at 140, of course, we know, got a guy that's in champion in recess. So now, you got, possibly Kid Austin fighting Lucas Bahdi or Lamont Roach for that WBA vacant
Well, it
title.
looks like they're leaning more towards Lucas
It's gonna be
Body.
Lucas.
Yeah, they're not really interested in fighting Lamont Roach. I'm not even sure once again why he thought he could jump the line like that. I don't know what Lamont was.
Who is Lucas Body?
Lucas
Who's he
Body
signed
is
to?
the one.
Who's he signed to? I know who he is. I'm sorry. Who's he signed to?
MVP. But see, that's the other angle, right? And I'm not mad at them for this. I'm just saying they think this fight is going to be on Netflix.
It's not.
That's not. They think that. Why they would think that? Because
he gonna say who is Lucas Body? He crazy.
Because
no, I know who he is. I was saying, Cam, who was he signed to? I didn't know he was signed to MVP.
Yeah, he's with MVP. He's with MVP.
Yeah, like you said though, Jab. What you said is correct. They may be thinking this fight's gonna be on Netflix, and it's not. This fight is not gonna be on Netflix.
Yeah, I don't know if MVP will put this bill, because usually when there's fights on Netflix, Jake Paul is the headliner. But I don't know if this would be a fight that they would put on a headliner. This is like an undercard fight. This is not like a main event fight, in my opinion. Neither one of these gentlemen, and Lucas Body, respecting him and respecting Kid Austin, but neither one of these gentlemen, I don't feel are headliners at this point in their career. So.
Oh, Netflix? No.
Yeah.
They might headline.
Yeah, I remember that. And that knockout he had too. What was that? What card was that he had? Who was it? Angelo, or what's that boy name that he knocked out? Not his last fight, but the fight before his last fight, I believe. Yeah, that was nasty.
Who you talking about? Muratalla?
No, I'm talking about Lucas Body. Who was that? Who was that he knocked out?
It was Moran. Antonio Moran.
In his last fight.
Not in the last one. It was like the one before that.
Let me see. I'm gonna look at it. Because I was just looking at it earlier when they was told when I was watching that Middle City interview.
So is Schofield still signed to Golden Boy, Cam?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still with Golden Boy.
Okay, so the fight will be on the zone then.
He getting pimped out.
Well, that's the thing though, because the zone, they don't have a network. I mean, not
Golden Boy don't have a network. The zone ain't went nowhere. You mean Golden Boy don't have a network?
Yeah, Golden Boy doesn't have a network.
Oh, the zone can't do?
They negotiated. They negotiated with the zone.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
but it's all the tell with the Boots and Virgil's situation though.
Oh, that's right, because Virgil is suing Golden Boy because he wants the Boots fight. And Golden Boy don't want to give it to him. But when did Oscar become his manager?
That's the problem. Oscar don't want Virgil's manager involved with the negotiations. He just wants to negotiate it himself.
That's not Oscar's call though. Oscar's the promoter.
Hey,
what are you talking about?
That's the issue we have right there with that.
Yeah, Oscar can't do that. You're a promoter. Your job is to promote. Your job. You are not his manager. You can't keep his manager out of negotiations. What are you talking about? You can't do that.
Yeah, but his manager, I don't know. They over there fighting over a baby. I don't know. You might as well stop clicking this link because, Rich, I am done with you, honey. You might as well go ahead off. We are done with you over here. On other platforms talking about me, then think you're going to get your ass on my panel. Nigga, please. Anyway, damn. Yeah, so they're in some sort of promotional kerfuffle right now with this whole Golden Boy thing. So I'm not sure that Golden Boy is even looking to put this fight on at the moment. So I don't know what they're going to do over there. Possibly it'll still, end up being on the DAZN platform. But if they think they're going over to Netflix, they tripping. that ain't a Netflix event.
For anybody who's interested, you know that Xander Zayas versus Abbas Baru fight is going to be shown on Tubi, right?
First of all, we knew that, and don't do that. Don't do that. You know that's their network now. You know that is their platform.
That's
now.
cool. I'm happy.
Top Rank Classics.
I'm happy. All you got to do is buy a TV to get Tubi. You ain't got to pay for nothing. All you got to do is buy a TV, and you got Tubi automatically.
Yeah, and they play a lot of fights over there. Top Rank Classics. I was watching them the other day. I was watching some Keyshawn fights. So you can turn it on at any time, and
I'm happy with that. Shit, I like it. I wish all the motherfuckers was fighting on TV.
Anyway, so remember earlier I asked y'all what y'all thought women's boxing needed, right? Like for the rivalry situation. What do y'all think about this rivalry? Don't everybody speak at one time.
It got to be a fight. They got to fight first to make it a rivalry.
Well, I mean, just to, I guess, the build up.
Take the word.
I mean, the build up is good.
Oh,
the build up is good.
The build up is good, right?
Yeah.
But I'm asking, like the build up and keeping the eyes on the women's boxing, and just because, like I said earlier, we're just kind of following individual women now. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you know, maybe next month we'll start talking a little bit more about this Clarissa fight with Frank Sean, the third, fourth, 17th fight, whatever, how many fights they've had already. We'll start talking about that as the fight gets a little bit closer. But just in general, right? Like I said, I like the fight. You know what I mean? Obviously, if Caroline Dubois needs to finish cleaning that 135, then that's what she needs to do to get the fight. But I don't see anything wrong with this fight. I kind of like it. I wouldn't mind watching this fight. You know what I'm saying? Just to see who will win. So there we go with that.
You know, me personally, sis, you know,
I want to see that.
I feel like they definitely still building this fight. You know,
Absolutely.
Yeah, they building this fight. I think it's like 2 fights away for both ladies right now. But this is definitely a fight that when they do, they both get past they test that they got ahead of them, and then they come full circle. It's gonna be big time. It's gonna be big time. They building it. But I understand the fights. You know, the fight fans, us, you know, the boxing fans, the culture. We definitely want to see the matchup immediately. You know what I'm saying? But
but things don't work that way. We know that.
Business calls.
Yeah, we know that everything don't work that way. But
what's going on? Is she gonna move up to fighter?
I don't know. That's something that they would obviously have to work out. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously Alicia's at 130, Caroline Dubois is at 135. Maybe it'll be a catchweight situation, or you know, who knows? Maybe Alicia will move up. Maybe they'll meet somewhere in the middle. But they can keep building the fight, and then obviously they can continue to, you know, surround some buzz around it, and then we can go from there. Shawala, what's up, baby?
What's going on, Jab Queen?
Hello, beautiful lady. How you doing?
I'm doing well, beloved. How are you?
Oh, honey, we just up here, Mr. Sheldon up here hating as usual.
As usual.
I ain't got to tell you that.
Why am I hating when I just don't agree with what you're saying? That's not hate. That's just a difference of opinion. That's all.
I like Mr. Sheldon, though.
I love Mr. Shelton, my grumpy old man.
Yeah.
So what's going on with you? What do you think about this whole Zuffa boxing situation so far? And you know, the fight with Muratalla and Cruz this weekend. Are you excited about that fight, first of all? Because I didn't ask you. Are you excited about that fight?
Yeah, I'm excited about that one. Zuffa, I don't know what to think about that yet. We just got to see what happens.
Wait and see, right?
Yeah, I'm a little surprised those. Not really. I'm a little surprised the guys are running over there the way they are, but
me too.
You know, a lot of these guys ain't getting paid, so I get it. I'm glad they're being flexible with them though, and allowing them to fight on both sides.
But Shawala, that's the thing though. They're not going to get paid over there either. I'm reading that thing that they put out from the Congress, and like I said, the concessions that were made in order for it to get pushed through, they were better than what UBO offered, but they still trash. Like the I guess, what is it, 150 a round, now it's 200, and then, you know, the medical, I'm on board with the medical going from 25 to 50. I think that's important, right? And also having more ambulance and doctors ringside, I think that's also important too. So I don't have an issue with that, but it was some of the things that I just thought were a little ridiculous that they had to even ask for, like the minimum or the maximum you can hold the fighter is 6 years. Like, well, goddamn, which I wanted 20. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like certain things that just kind of were cringe as I was reading it. I was like, whoa. But just as I suspected, they did this like a thief in the night, honey. 19 Republicans, 11 Democrats, you know, everybody just got their hand out for some money. And we all know, you know, when you're friends with the president, certain things can happen.
That's what it
even
is.
Even if they're not best for the sport. So it is what it is.
But when you consider the fact that these guys be borrowing money from their trainers and stuff, and you know they be broke throughout the year, like I don't know. I seen something with Avius Griffin talking about a guy he had fought or he wants to fight, Rodriguez, and he's ducking the fight.
The Rodriguez that knocked him out the last minute of the last round. That
Yeah,
Rodriguez?
he wants to run it back, but Rodriguez is like, I get to fight on Zuffa for 150,000 for one match, but it turns out he gets 75,000 or 7,500. I'm sorry, I'm tripping. 7,500.
Girl, they is not getting that much.
Girl, no, they ain't. Yeah. But he gets
no,
the
but
other half.
He has
to win. He has to win to get the other.
Yeah, 75. That's what I'm saying. Like this is how they have it set up over there, and then it's like the 150 per round or something. But it's like they got these guys fighting in almost like a round robin situation.
But they get to fight on both sides as of right now. Still, thankfully, they get to still fight on the 4-belt side as well, because they haven't worked it all out yet. So.
Yeah, they haven't really worked that all out yet. Muratalla, like I said, his manager, he said that they were going to let him finish fighting for, I guess, all of his belts that he wants. But then that's going to cause another issue because if Zuffa is not going to respect the four belt, situation, why are you even going to continue to fight for these belts? Because they're going to mean nothing when you go over there. They don't give you any type of leverage over there.
See, that's the thing. I think Dana didn't think that all that out, which is why they're still going to allow the guys, not just Jai. It's more guys will be able to do it as well until they work it out. I sure wouldn't sign no contract with Zuffa though. I wouldn't do it. But again, maybe there's some kind of lure to that. And I know these guys like Brandon. There are plenty of guys at 54 he could fight. I don't know how much money he would have on his purse, obviously, but I just felt like it was unnecessary for him and Billy to run to that side. But they choosing up.
Well, we don't know if they're choosing up yet. And like I said, honey, whether it's a disgruntled employee, mother will know. Because these boys will have no problem coming out here talking about how displeased they are, just like some of the UFC fighters were coming out and talking about how displeased they were. I just don't understand why any of these boxers would go over there knowing Dana's reputation, knowing he was just sued for $350 million by some of the UFC fighters. I mean, he makes the money, but he pays them from.
I agree.
And they're the ones in there losing teeth and eyes and every damn thing else.
And the fact that some of the pieces that they changed with the Ali reformation is the fact that he doesn't have to disclose how much he's making off of your fight. And that's problematic. So, and when I said choosing up, I didn't mean like it's up. I just meant they choosing. They over there choosing.
Yeah.
Well, you got to understand something. If I ain't making no money and you offering me some money is better than no money. Brandon Adams got a real job besides boxing. Brandon Adams has a job. Now he don't have to work. He can train boxing. So if I got a better situation,
we don't know how much he's gonna make.
Brandon Adams is from Watts. I do know that. What do you mean? Dude from right down the street.
You don't know how much he's gonna make. But I'm not saying about the job.
I know he got a job right now. That he works a job, and I know that once he signs Zuffa Boxing, he won't have to work that job. I know that.
That's what a lot of people are surmising, Mr. Moore, for sure. Yeah, and a lot of these guys.
And that's why some of these guys that are going over there, like the Julius Rodriguez and some of these guys, like Jai Muratalla, he said that he had no other offers on the table. So I get it for guys like that. But some of the more, I guess, household names, like the Valenzuelas, I don't know why he went over there. I get like why who just went over there? Vic Milnecki, he's over there now too.
When's the last time Valenzuela fought?
When he got beat down.
When he got beat up by Gary, right? Wasn't that his last fight?
And Vito's not a shoe-in. Like, it's not solidified that he's actually over there. He had a battle.
No, what I'm saying is, my point is this. That's been a long time since he fought, right? He ain't made no money since then, right?
No.
Yeah. But what you saying, Shawala?
I was saying Vito, he had a bout scheduled on Zuffa, but then he turned around and went back and signed with Samson. He's back over on this side. So that's why I say I think these guys may be straddling some kind of. We just gonna have to see how this work out. It's
but from what I understand, once they sign that contract, they locked in for at least 6 years.
Maybe he didn't sign. I have no idea how that worked out, but now he's not listed as Zuffa anymore. He's under Samson.
Oh, he's back under Lukowitz, right?
Yeah. So
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what maybe they're being just really flexible with these guys. I mean, they really can't afford to not be because they ain't really jumped
Got nobody
up
really.
Yeah.
That's true.
Even
That's
this first card is like your headlining bout is Callum Walsh, who looked like poo against Vargas. Like, I don't know. I'm not excited.
Campo done been beat down. I don't know how many times.
That too.
Was he knocked out by Tenzin in the first round or some shit?
Something like that, yes.
Good guy. I know EJ whooped his head. I know Slender Man whooped his head.
I think Trinidad Ornelas, that bout under the, I think that's a better bout. I mean, but none of these guys are like headlining fighters to me. But hey.
That's what I said. They all like, C-level fighters. So that's what's starting it. And then we'll see how they're treated. Like we said, some of them may run on back over here. We don't know, But what do you think about what do you think about the Schofield, his whole situation? First of all, did you hear that clip? Did you hear the clip, honey, where he said his balls tangled up together? And
I heard you played. I didn't hear that before you played.
Oh my God.
That was so hot.
Oh my God.
Trash. I have heard of testes tangling before, or something like that. I've heard of that. How that happens?
Really?
I don't know. Yes, I've heard.
I've never heard of nothing like that in my life. But did he come out and say it was a wrist sprain or something?
It was the wrist. You're right. Yes, you was wrong point with that because initially when it happened, and it wasn't that his wrist there was nothing broken because your wrist got so many little tiny bones in it.
Mm-hmm. It was a hairline fracture.
It was like splints in the bone or some crap like that, and it was like, I didn't believe it. I didn't really want to see him fight JoJo anyway, but I don't know, girl. I don't like Kid. I never really have. And then when he started ducking, that just solidified why I didn't like that fool. So
sure, talk about it.
Yeah, he's crap.
Yeah, he's
what's happening with you?
What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. What's up with it?
I can't call it. How y'all been? Y'all been all right up there?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. We just talking about, what's going on, talking about the Zuffa card. We're talking about Kid Austin and
you definitely unpacked a lot. I heard some of it, but you asked me where I've been. I've been working like a slave, and plus I was under the weather, and I haven't really been getting your notifications like that. So I don't know what's going on.
Look at YouTube is hating.
Anyway.
I don't know who that was. Somebody got the beeper going on. What's happening? Enigma, whenever you're done with that, baby, you can come on back up. I think your phone was going off or something. But yeah, as I was saying, I don't know what's going on with the Schofields. Now they want $20 million to fight a blue and Mason. Yeah, I can hear you now, Enigma. What you were saying?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you, baby. Go ahead. I can hear you, Enigma.
Go ahead, bro.
Hello? Enigma.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
All right. Like I was saying, and in regards to Mr. Hold on. About the Raymond Muratalla fight with Andy Cruz.
Yes.
I think both of those gentlemen have some little leaks. Both of them. Okay. But I think Andy Cruz, he tends to fade. He tends to fade during the later half of the fight. Like, he kind of gassed out. If he can just keep his gas tank up, I think he can definitely outbox Muratalla, because I think his Olympic pedigree will come into play, because he has faced all types of guys, all types of styles. Plus, he's an Olympic gold medalist, and he's fought a lot of these guys already in the amateurs. So I think that will show up in that fight. The only thing, Muratalla, is that he hits harder than him. He hits hard. That boy's tough, and he hits hard. Outside of that,
fine.
Outside of that, I don't know. I hope it's a good fight. I think it will be a good fight. I see Andy Cruz coming out start on the winning end of that fight. Hello?
Yeah, we got you. Yeah.
I gotta
see
agree with
Cruz.
you, Enigma. Andy does tend to kind of poop out towards the end.
Yeah.
And another thing, okay, everybody's talking about the Moran fight. If I recall correctly, didn't he get dropped in that match early? I mean, he came back and he stopped him, but he kept catching rights.
Yeah. You know, because he has a see. I don't know. Like he sometimes Andy Cruz he'll try to bang with you. He'll try to punch with people. He'll try to punch.
Yeah.
Like he gets into that. If he could stick behind his jab and fight from the outside and use them angles, I think he beats Muratalla fairly easily. But Muratalla could do the same thing if he used angles as well, and he got a nice jab, and he got a little inside game. But both of their when it comes to fighting on the inside, when they go to clinching and all that, both of them are weak at that. They both weak.
And
So
he got the legs though, like you saying too.
yeah.
So definitely
Yeah.
outbox, definitely angles, jab heavy. But the thing with him is, and it's something else you said, and it's so freaking true, is that Muratalla got popped, and I think people think that because Andy has the pedigree he has, he gets hit. And if Muratalla can time him and catch him, he can absolutely knock that boy out.
He can, but again, I think Andy Cruz has the skill set, he has the pedigree. If he sticks within the game plan and don't try to fight outside of himself, he beats Muratalla easily. If he fights within himself and boxes and stays on the outside, control distance and use that jab and them angles and hooks, he's gonna win this fight. He just cannot gas out. He can't gas out.
Yeah. So he has a gas tank issue. Is that the general sense? Is Andy Cruz has a gas tank issue?
Yes.
Because the most he's done was
it was like 6 rounds, right? Did he do a 10 rounder?
He did it 12.
By 7th round, 6th, 7th round, he's slowing down.
Yeah, because that fight with Salcido, that's the one too. He could have stopped that man like early to the body. I want to say like the 5th round, he had him hurt bad. That's another thing too. He got
that Zuffa boxing. That Zuffa boxing. Oh Lord.
Oh, he got popped, but he it's just that when he gets his opponent hurt, he gonna have to commit and actually not be head hunting. He could have stopped Salcido to the body early, but he almost knocked him out in the 10th round, that last round.
Who, Andy Cruz?
Yeah, Andy.
Andy Cruz is actually a good body puncher.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. They're gonna have to go to the body. If Muratalla wants to slow him down or at least get that going, he's gonna have to go to the body early because Cruz will put that footwork on. You know what I'm saying?
He gonna Muratalla gonna have to go to that bread basket.
I'm listening to everything y'all saying, and I bet you Bozy is telling him everything that you guys are saying. I bet you Bozy Ennis is telling him that. The question is, will he listen?
Well,
Andy Cruz is a good listener.
He listens.
That's where I want to take the conversation next, right? We got the trainer wars. We got Robert Garcia, world-renowned trainer, and then we got Bozy Ennis. So with those 2 trainers, do we expect to see a really good fight, right? If they're boxers, listen to them and all of that stuff there. But to Shelton's point, I think that's probably some of the whispering in Cruz's ear that Bozy is going to be doing. Like I said, I have seen him training heavily with boots lately, working on that head movement, working on different things. So I think that they kind of understand that. What do you think that Robert Garcia is telling Muratalla to do? Yeah, I think he's telling him to go to the body. I think he's
defensive.
It's a general question to the parents. Whoever want to start can start. I don't really matter to me.
He's not telling them to be defensive because that's not how they roll. They are pretty much pressure. Which, to be honest, would be wise. It would be wise that he'd be a little bit.
He's gonna have to apply smart pressure, though. He's gonna have to apply smart pressure.
I think he already does that. I think he does that in general. Well, he was getting touched up by Tevin though. Tevin Farmer.
Muratalla, he's front foot heavy. Muratalla front foot heavy.
Yeah, they hit most his fighters.
He can't do it off the back foot.
No, I wouldn't.
He cannot do it off the back foot, man.
And he shouldn't try. He shouldn't try. He should be coming forward, imposing his size, cutting the ring off, making this dude fight. Don't allow this dude to box.
Utilize.
Don't allow it.
You're right. You're right with that. I think it's gonna boil down the game plan. I think Bozy gonna come in there with a nice game plan for Andy Cruz and Garcia the same for Muratalla. But I think people are gonna look at I think a lot of people going off of Stephen Fulton's last fight against O'Shaquie Foster. I think they going off of that, judging that on how.
But Enigma, how Bozy does. But they can't do that because if you watch that fight and you listen to Bozy, Bozy is screaming his ass off at him like, "Yo, what are you doing?"
He was. Cool Boy wouldn't have won that fight no matter what Bozy said to him.
That's true.
Keeping it in bed.
He didn't look like he was in that fight, and O'Shaquie kept him at that end of that jab, baby, like nobody did.
For sure.
I know that dude didn't train for that fight. Stephen Fulton was not trained and ready for that fight.
Clearly.
he was out of shape. All that.
Yeah, to say how you out of shape, overweight, and you moving up in weight.
Exactly.
It was being dismissive of that man, and that was O'Shaquie's problem from the jump, right? That they was totally PBC as a whole was totally being dismissive of him. So that's on them. But to Enigma's point, like they're not the same. So I don't expect Bozy. I watched something with Cruz, and what he's clearly gonna go to the body. But I think he's looking to mesh his Cuban style with an American style is basically what he was saying. So trying to get out of that amateur style, because a lot of those guys from the islands keep that morale.
Yeah,
they keep that
morale.
style.
I'm about to say that. Yep.
Yeah, but
and you guys got to remember this
that's
too.
My God, though.
Hold on, y'all. Let her finish her statement.
Oh, I was just gonna say, he's working. You can see in their training, he's definitely working on the body. But I can see. I'm gonna call Cheese Muratalla. That's his name. I can see Cheese trying to catch him, trying to counter him as he's coming out. From maybe a stab jab to the body. He's gonna have to play it smart, and he's definitely gonna have to use a guard, a good high guard, and be flexible with the guard. Actually,
also to go along with what you said. I'm sorry.
Today was there. No, I'm sorry, Nick. I was just gonna say I forgot today was the Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios press conference. I forgot that. We're gonna see what happens.
Yo, you know something?
Go ahead.
Hey, you didn't miss nothing. You didn't miss nothing.
Or did they really? Or Turkey hasn't really been promoting the Shakur fight or the Ryan Garcia Barrios fight?
I haven't really seen a lot of promotion from them. I know Tio did. He did a call in to Mill City, and he said they're starting to step it up now. Some of the promotion. I mean, but it's a week out. You know what I mean? But I have not, to your point, no, I haven't seen Turkey doing a lot of the promotion for this, and I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? I know I heard. I heard Oscar mentioning the Ryan Garcia and Barrios fight on his Instagram, but outside of that, no, I haven't really. I haven't seen a lot of real promotion for that fight at all. Actually,
You want to know why I think that is?
Why?
I think because Turkey's pretty much finished. He's about to focus in on him and Dana White's situation with the Zuffa boxing. And I think that I'm not too cool with Zuffa boxing. I think their fight card trash. I think that that was a bad move for Jai Opatai going over there. I think the same thing. Huh?
Go ahead.
I think that same thing about Lyle. I don't think he should have went over there either because Dana and Turkey already said, like you said before, they're not going to recognize any of the other sanctioning bodies, and Jai Opetaia wants to unify. What's going to be the point?
Well, his manager said, and I'll play it again because you probably just got here, but I played something from his manager earlier. What in the hell? His manager said that I'll let him.
But was there any other offers on the table other than Zuffa?
No, this is it. And the thing is, you know, as I was just about to say, that Jai wants to unify the titles. He wants someone to believe in him, someone to support him and get behind him. Now, yeah, Jai's fought in Riyadh seasons, and Riyadh season's been a massive shot in the arm to a lot of promoters and fighters globally, and it's been a really good thing. I feel as though Riyadh season is slowing down a little bit. Like, you know, last year in 2025, Jai fought 3 times in Australia, and Jai hasn't fought on a Riyadh season since I think it was October 2024 against Jake Massey. We didn't have any other option other than to join Zuffa, and one of the biggest concerns that obviously I had when we first started negotiation was the fact that, you know, they didn't recognise the sanctioning bodies. However, you know, it's probably to sweeten the deal and to get Jai across the line is that they will, you know, let Jai fight for the titles and unify the division is exactly what he wants to do. And Jai's spoken personally to Dr. Khan and Turki Al-Sheikh, and they've gave him their word and promised to get him the big fights and to get him the unification which he wants.
So there's that situation, right? So he's obviously now, and before you hopped on the panel, me and Shawala were discussing it. I don't think that they really figured that whole thing out over there, Dana White and them, because if he does, you know, supposed to be the new face of Zuffa boxing after he gets his belts, they're not going to honor that. It gives him no leverage over there because they don't recognize the belt. So to me, that's kind of pointless. I'm not sure where they're going with all that, but I am definitely going to keep my eye on that situation to see how that progresses moving forward. Because if they're not, you know, the whole thing for them to go, you know, to revise the Ali Act was so they wouldn't have to respect those belts anymore. So now why would you then, after doing all of that, say, yeah, okay, you can still fight for the belts, but if they're not going to mean anything over there, what is the hell the point?
Because they're trying to lure people over there, 1, and 2. Dana really didn't think this out.
He didn't.
No, they just wanted he wanted to get his little slimy hands on boxing.
Mm-hmm.
And he used Turkey. Like, I don't even know that Turkey's gonna be messing with Zuffa like that. I mean, they done.
I've said that before too.
Yeah,
I've said that before too.
They done
He's not really interested.
Spearheaded it, but now Turkey is withdrawing from the 4 belts for sure. He hasn't. I ain't even seen nothing with him having anything to do with Zuffa at all. All I see is Dana and that other guy.
Did you catch what Jai Opetaia's man just said? He said Turki Al-Sheikh is slowing down.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all catch that?
Yeah.
So, you know,
so now they're luring guys over there, allowing them to fight on the 4 belt side. Because again, look with the thing with Vito. We still really don't know if Vito is with him or if he's exclusively going to be over on this side. And it was another interview that I saw. Jesus, I can't remember who that was. But they were saying the same thing. That it was Dana. He was just saying we still are trying to work it out. So they don't know what they're doing. They just want guys.
He just wanted to get up and running. And like you said, he needs people. So right now he has to be flexible until he gets enough bodies over there. And then he's going to completely cut that part off, I think. But here's my question to these boxers who work their behinds off to get these belts. You're just going to throw them away? Because you can't be a champion over here and then go fighting over there, especially if you're a champion. You can't be holding up our divisions like that.
Well, that maybe they won't. Maybe they'll have a bout over at Zuffa. I mean, clearly that's what Jai's going to do, right? And I think he's messing himself up on the 4 belt
side. Hurt? What if you get hurt?
What if you get hurt? The simple fact that you're already fighting just mandatories. now they know you're over there. They could just say we don't want to have nothing to do with you altogether. So now you got a freaking belt. You gonna have to vacate that thing because you locked in. You are the face of the
That's what I'm saying. You why go through all of that to get the belts just to have to drop them to go over there? It's like pointless because now you, like Mr. Shelton was saying earlier, these guys are making that money. Okay, but now you have all these belts. So doesn't your purse go up instantly when you have all the belts?
I think they felt like they didn't have nowhere else to go because he's been being put in these mandatory bouts. Zerto was not giving him a shot because he's a dang duck.
He about to get his ass whooped by my boy. They were gonna be there.
Now Noel got a belt. Noel said he would fight him though.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't know. Badu and Noel were stuck in that loop of fighting and then rematching. So I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen now. I think he might have jumped the gun on this one though.
Mm-hmm. Blue Hustle Man, what's up?
How you doing? How you doing, everybody on panel? Yeah, happy New Year to you too, and everybody else, man. That I didn't have a chance to say that too. Oh man, y'all up here, just, talking y'all talk, just sitting back, just listening, eating popcorn, not literally, but
Okay, okay.
not
And
literally.
then, did you want to jump back in? We were talking about the Muratalla and Cruz fight, Blue Hustle Man. Who you got in that fight and why?
Andy Cruz and Muratalla. I really don't got a dog in a fight, but if it comes down to it, I guess I'll go for Andy Cruz because I kind of like the more technician. You know what I'm saying? I like the boxers over the power punchers.
Okay.
So, but you know what? Muratalla don't sleep on him. He ready, and I think he's ready. I think he's going to be game. A lot of people are trying to say that he has to knock him out before the 6 rounds. Within his first 6 rounds, and that's the only way he's going to win.
Because Andy gasses out. Is that what they're trying to say?
Yeah. So, I'm looking at it like this: that I think it could be a fight. Murtaugh's trying to say he's still too green. That's why he's going to be able to pull it off. And I'm just looking at it like this: it's going to be a good fight. I believe it is. And like I said, I'm gonna go for the boxer. But you can't if Muratalla retains his belt. I'm not mad at that at all because he went out there and fought, and he's fighting hard for his belt. He wants to keep his belt, and he wants to take the belt. But I'm kind of like, what I really want to say is that Andy's green, right? Because he only has 6 fights, but his amateur degree is his amateur career is so
deep, right?
yeah. So that's the reason why I'm just like, man, but it's kind of like Loma. They just threw him out there. You know what I mean? So Madrimal, it's the same thing with him. Threw him out there. So it's like, I mean, he can pull it off. That's why I said I really don't have a dog in the fight. But if I'm gonna pick somebody, I'll go with Andy. So.
Okay. We also talked about the issue of the Schofield. Obviously, now that he may be facing Lucas Bahdi. For a second, it was floating around that he may be fighting Lamont Roach, but obviously they killed that noise immediately because they think they're about to fight on somebody's Netflix. But I don't believe that MVP is looking to make that a main event, and they just had a card, so I'm not sure how quickly they're looking to have another card and how they would fill that up, making them a main event. Because obviously Schofield wants all this ridiculous amounts of money for these fights, and I talked last week sometime about their delusional market value, which prevents us from getting a lot of the fights that we want as well. Some of these gentlemen, and obviously I don't take punches to the face for a living. That's a hard way to make $1. But some of these gentlemen really need to kind of reflect it and look at their drawing power before they sit down and ask for all these exorbitant amounts of money, right? Like, to me, you can't ask for $10 million and you only signed a $5 million deal with Frozen Boy. Like, that's a little ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
But they're ridiculous all in itself. So
yeah, you got a point.
Oh, you know what? Yes, and y'all don't know if y'all saw it, but this is how you catch a liar. Y'all remember when the boy came said his wrist was hurting. Now listen at him. Listen at him.
Now, earlier, Senior, before you jumped on, Lucas said, he's very adamant to get this world title shot. No funny business whatsoever. He said a little bit. What was that, Lucas? They starting to build the reputation of pulling out.
Nah, it ain't no reputation. That's people gonna always talk. Floyd says send him a link. Tell Mills send me a link. Now Floyd got pulled out of a fight by the British Border Commission because he was poisoned, and the toxicology showed. That's why nobody sued me and said I'm lying or bashing anybody, because a fact is a fact. Somebody tried to kill him there. The other fight before then, he had surgery. They had to rush him for emergency surgery because his two testicles wrapped around each other and cut off the blood circulation. So,
how the fuck that happened?
Don't ask me.
No,
but then they come out with that
no.
whole picture of their wrist, talking about something happening with their wrist. Then they
Yeah,
say
with
arm
yep.
and bad uppercut. Now it's testicles. Like,
Well, nobody said that because we don't care about y'all, Negro. We don't.
Exactly. You want to know that when they started talking, when Mill City actually started the interview and he started bringing he popped it on Senior. He's like, look, Lamont Roach called y'all out.
Oh yeah, we talked
He
about
wants
that
that
too.
smoke.
That ain't make no sense.
Lamont Roach think he getting that fight. Look at him.
There's a possibility that I can fight Kid Austin for the WBA 135-pound title. We definitely gonna push for that. Obviously, I entered the rankings at the number 4.
So this is my point.
Has nothing to do with us. We about to fight. We about to fight for the WBA against Lucas, most likely, because he won the opportunity to fight for Tank's belt. So Roach being a part of this conversation is just y'all talking. That has nothing to do with me. Truthfully, no, honestly, it's no debate on him. He's not part of any part of my financial plans. That ain't presented to us. So anything debating on a Roach has nothing to do but market Roach. So to me, it's not beneficial to me. Right now. Right. So why am I going to market that gentleman right now on this interview? We're talking about Kid. And Roach haven't been a fight that Roach haven't been presented as a fight. So when that fight is presented, we could debate that then. But that ain't what's on the table. Even with the WBA, that ain't even what's on the table.
Is Kid moving over his checks to his daddy? Because every time he ran around here talking about his fine, nobody, it ain't your money. Ooh. Look, I can't.
I agree with Senior though. I agree with him.
No, I definitely agree with him. But when I started the show, I said I agree with him. However, we know Lamont is Lamont. But however, here's my issue, right? Even with that, you talking about you ain't there to promote nobody else. Every time you open your mouth, you're talking about Abdullah Mason. Every time you open your mouth, you're talking about Shakur Stevenson. So you're promoting them. It's just that Lamont ain't got enough buzz right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's what goes against all of their market value, their delusional market value. Lamont, you cannot skip the line. You're number 4, sir, coming off of 2 draws. You're not really hot right now. Ain't nobody really checking for you right now. So
say it again.
See, I don't agree with both of y'all there. I don't agree with that. I don't see what the problem would be with him fighting Lamont Roach. Look, Floyd is so unreliable. I'm almost to the point where I'd rather see Bahdi and Roach fight for the dang belt. Because for all we know, Schofield will mess around and back out of any dang match they trying to make for this. And we've seen people from number 8 jump up and fight the number 2 seed. So
I gotta disagree. You know why I disagree with that? Because I don't believe that little Floyd Schofield backed out of that fight because he was scared. I don't think that should have nothing to do with him. I think little Floyd will fight any of these guys. That's my opinion, and I believe also that Lamont Roach doesn't deserve that shot because Floyd is number 1 in that sanctioning body. He's
He
number
was
one in
number
that shake
one when he was
somebody.
supposed to fight JoJo too, and what happened? And I didn't say he's scared. I don't think he's
I
scared.
don't know what happened there. What? Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know what happened with that JoJo Diaz fight.
He just told
The
y'all what
fake
happened to
ribs,
Diaz fight his balls. Damn
fake
it, y'all not
injuries.
listening.
Nah, you know what? Nah, Queen,
No,
check
it
it out,
was his
right?
wrist.
My phone be
No, he
doing some
pulled. Hold
goofy
on,
shit.
hold on. He pulled out. Actually, the first reason he gave out was actually for because he had his tendons on his hand. I guess he had that
Yeah, you
Still
fracture on his
mentioned
there.
hand
it.
for his tendons.
It's still
Oh,
there.
okay.
You see
And
what I'm saying? So
But
that's why he
now
pulled
it's
out of
the
that fight.
beans. It's not. It went from the hands
but
to
to the
between his
balls.
legs.
So, but this is what I wanted to say though. I wanted to touch on this about the situation with Schofield and Roach. They know that Roach is a tough fight.
It's the
You
worst
got
spot.
to,
There you
Of
go.
course.
you see what
Lucas
I'm saying?
body
It's a,
easy.
yeah. So this is gonna, Roach is going to be a tough fight. I believe Roach beats him. You see
Me
what I'm
too.
Roach
saying?
does.
And
I think Roach beats
Yeah.
Kid Schofield too. But I mean,
so
and I agree with
I,
you. I think Roach is
Nah, that's
definitely
gonna
a
be a
tougher fight.
draw.
No,
But
because
stop
body
it.
don't got no defense.
It's gonna be
nah,
a draw.
listen,
Body don't got
listen.
no defense. And H2O proved that. He be open. He can punch, but so can Floyd. But Floyd also got legs. He got feet. He know how to
Yeah,
slip. Body
Floyd
don't do
whooped
You're
that.
a
right.
Body
lot.
stand right there and get hit.
So
yep. He tailor made
it
for
is
that fight.
yeah, he sure is tailor made for that fight. So that's the thing, right? That's why they chose obviously Lucas Body
That's
over
why they
Lamont
want
Roach
him.
because
Exactly.
it's a safer fight. They're trying to lean on the
Hmm.
fact that Lucas Body is number two, which kind of saves them in that aspect. And the fact that Lamont ain't got no motion, you know what I'm saying? They wouldn't really know where to fight because remember, Golden Boy has been evicted from the zone. You know what I'm saying? So really, they're trying to look for. And I also believe they chose Lucas Body because they're under the assumption that MVP would pay the tab and they would end up somehow on Netflix.
And they can get a bigger bag
Look,
because what is Jake and Nakisa doing?
I,
Handing
I
out damn
hope,
bags.
I hope, because so they're waiting right now to
Come on.
find out if they're going to be fighting Roach or they're
Come
going to be
on.
fighting Body. Lucas, you see what I'm saying? So what I'm hoping is this, is that they get the fight with Roach. Roach is put
They'll
up
turn it
there.
down. They'll turn it down. I'm telling you right now. The whole interview, they were basically saying they're not looking at Lamont Roach. They're looking more at Lucas Body because of the reasons that the father said, "Oh, number one should fight number two. It's only fair. It's only right." Blah 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 blah. But it's really whoever's going to make that fight. And if that fight is not favorable to his son, they will pull out. Just like I feel like they pulled out of the Shakur fight. Just like I feel like they pulled out of the JoJo Diaz fight. If they are not 100% that they will win, they will back out of those fights. And that to me is not what I want my champion to be.
But you know
Definitely.
what?
Go to the beginning of the interview. He
Look, I
said he
want,
would fight Roach. In the very beginning, before his dad became in the vicinity, in the very beginning, he said, I'll fight Roach. So
Oh,
exactly.
really?
it's
I
his
don't
dad.
think Will Floyd's scared of any
It's
of
his
these guys.
dad.
I think it's his pops.
No,
It's
yeah,
his
and
I don't
that's what
think
I'm
dad.
it's
talking
It
about.
is.
Let me tell you something. When I talk about the Schofields, I'm talking about the father. You rarely see the damn son. I don't know if he's tired of him lately.
exactly.
I'm
He's
talking
really
about the
tired
damn father.
of it.
So the son's gonna pretty much do whatever this dad wants. But no matter what, you see.
Mm.
I don't look at the son like he's really making decisions because the son is
Yeah.
open and willing to fight. Everybody knows that he's pure. You know what I'm saying? It's just his dad that people dislike and that I kind of dislike because how he moves and how he talks. He's very dismissive. And it doesn't matter. But I don't, I don't like the situation with him basically automatically talking ducking, you know what I'm saying, Lamont. Because that fight right there, it makes it to where you can really talk your stuff and walk your walk right now. If you beat Lamont Roach, you see what I'm saying? Now you can walk around with your head high and say, see, I told you so. This man went to a draw and we beat him. We knocked him out because of the 5 styles of boxing. You can talk your stuff. And I
It's
ain't even trying
But
to be funny when I say that.
Lamont Roach just fought.
Lamont last two fights been draws.
But who did he fight that to a
That's
draw?
because, but
And it's
listen,
question. Those were questionable outcomes as
yeah,
well. Y'all can't sit up here
PBC,
and act like Tank
One at a time,
and
y'all.
freaking Pitbull was like nobody that he came to a draw with. So that's why I don't
No,
think
no,
it's dismissive of him having some kind of placement in the higher ranks, whether it's at 40 or 35. Because for me, a fighter can fight it at any division they want to. I have no problem with him. I like him at 35 and 40. But
Ma'am,
he
I
absolutely
don't.
was like nobody. He deserves a shot. Lamont's a good fighter.
I'm
Yeah,
not saying
Lamont's
Lamont.
right.
Listen, I've always known Lamont was a good fighter. Before, when they first announced that fight, when everybody was on Tank helmet talking about he's pulling up Lamont Roach, although Lamont Roach had already fought at 40 before, fought up there before, nobody knew who Lamont Roach was except a diehard boxing fan who really into the sport. Those are the only ones who really knew who Lamont Roach was. Then you had Stephen A. Smith talking shit about Javante, talking about he's pulling up Lamont Roach. Everybody was claiming Tank was pulling up Lamont Roach. But I always knew that was a fucking good fight.
That's what he was doing.
Huh?
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
was
Pull
though.
up Hector Garcia. Like, I don't care what none of them people say.
How is he pulling up? How was he pulling? He wasn't
Hector
pulling
was
up
at
Lamont Roach.
132. Hector was at 132. Let's not act like we don't know that. I don't have no problem with him pulling up nobody though.
So
That's what I don't really care about Stephen A.
If these boys fight all over multiple weight classes, then that's just like that is what that is, right? Like you were a champion at 130, you went to 135, you had one fight, then you went to 140. You didn't look weight drained in either weight class, you know, you didn't look extra bloated.
Yeah, they're making the weight.
Like he fluctuates. And I remember him specifically saying that he wanted the winner of Brian Norman Jr. and Devin Haney, which means you're going to 147 too. So I mean,
that was crazy though. That was crazy.
So all that he's pulling up Lamont Roach, too small shit.
I think that Shower, like you don't think that'd be a good fight. The crazy thing is, I think that would actually be a good fight between Devin and Lamont.
I want to see Devin.
Oh hell yeah, it'd be a great fight.
I want to see Devin and Tiger. Lamont can go somewhere with 47. I don't know.
Oh, you want to see him with Tiger Johnson?
Hell yes.
I think Tiger Johnson will beat the shit out of Devin Haney. No disrespect to DHP. I think Tiger will beat the shit out of him, man.
Tiger Johnson. I don't know if Tiger Johnson is I don't know if he's horned in enough for that, right? Because he's a definitely awkward style fighter, but I don't know if he's like he might be too wild. Devin might be too
Tiger's a pure boxer, and he's got a deep pedigree. He could beat the dog smell, I think.
And he wants that.
He's at 147.
Yes.
Yeah. He wants to smoke too with Devin too. He said he
stopped him early.
Yeah, he said he wants to fight. He wants to smoke with. He said he wants to smoke with Devin.
Oh,
I wanted to.
I didn't know that.
But I didn't mean to jump off the topic there. Yeah, I just y'all start talking about 47 and Lamont. Keyshawn, I don't even see him really at 47.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say Keyshawn said he wants to smoke with Devin too, but I just need Keyshawn's mental game just to be on par though, man. I just gotta see how this fight goes. And then yeah. So I just want to see how this fight goes. You know what I'm saying? With him and Jermaine Ortiz. I believe he can beat Jermaine Ortiz. I really do. But also you gotta also look at it like this now. Jermaine Ortiz is proven and he ain't no slouch. No. And he can win this fight. So I was a little surprised that because Keyshawn was forced to take this fight. You have to understand.
No, he wasn't forced.
Listen to me. He didn't have a fight on the table.
He was not.
He didn't have a fight. But listen, this is the only option.
Where you getting that from?
Listen, the reason why I'm saying that is because he can either take it or leave it. That's what this fight was.
Keyshawn got a name. He could get somebody else.
No, I understand that, but he went
for somebody else who's ducking.
Well, what I'm saying is this. He had to take the fight, basically. Shakur put his name out there, said he could be a replacement. He had to be there. You know what I'm saying? So he got on the card. All I'm saying is this. When I say force, maybe I use a strong word. You know what I mean? But in my opinion, he had to take the fight. You see what I'm saying? And he feels comfortable fighting.
I don't know why they kicked Richardson Hitchens off that card because remember we talked about this on your channel, Shawala.
He overpriced himself.
Richardson Hitchens was surprised that he was not going to be on that card anymore. He looked like he was fighting out with the rest of us.
He overpriced himself.
Duarte, which is weak and whack. And if I was Jermaine, I'd be highly pissed that you done took away my title opportunity. Like Keyshawn's lucky that Jermaine stayed in that bout. He didn't have to. But I'm sure he needs money. Keyshawn could have fought anybody, Blue. He got a
Speaking of
name, even though
Keyshawn
all the
Davis,
bull crap he did. He got a name.
I'm about to
Well,
say,
no.
speaking of
I know
Keyshawn
he has
Davis,
a
hold on.
name.
Look,
Okay,
hold
go
on.
ahead.
Speaking of Keyshawn Davis, what do we make about his alcohol addiction admission? And then we hear otherwise from the people on the team, because I did speak about this prior, and obviously it's still lingering about. Bernie and started him and Channel Chow and talking about it on his page. But obviously there's been some discrepancy with him saying that he was drinking every day in camp, and then some of the trainer, obviously Bernie being one of them, being very vocal, saying, like, when the hell did you have time to do that, or where were you doing that at? And I made a joke. I said, well, was he under the covers drinking when he went to bed? Because if you're constantly working out with these men and you're training and you're in close quarters, they can't smell the alcohol on you.
Exactly.
Well,
But I
okay, so
will say, an alcoholic or somebody going through that type of a stint, they can sneak it. But there would be signs, like you said, you would smell.
But wouldn't he be throwing up? Wouldn't they smell it? Wouldn't he throw up?
Extra
Wouldn't he
perspiration.
be sluggish?
Yeah. After a while, like it would be signs.
Well, hold on. He said he was drinking, right? But that doesn't mean he was getting plastered.
True
some people when they drink to relax, like they have a glass of wine.
During
You
camp?
see what I'm saying?
But you would
No.
smell
Listen.
no.
No, I understand that. But the only way you're gonna just hear me out now. Now, the average person, I know a lot of people. I know people that they have a glass of wine every day. They go to work, they go out. They don't smell like alcoholic. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is this: if he's drinking at nighttime, because that's obviously when it's happening after camp. Yeah, I'm gonna go off his word. I'm just gonna go off his word and just say he's telling the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think he's telling the truth.
Because no matter what, just like Bernie the boxer said, they have different camp houses. You see what I'm saying? Keyshawn was in his own house. You see what I'm saying, with his team. And Keyshawn said he was crying, having outbursts, and they would come running up to him. Are you good? Are you good? But anyways, back to the point of what I was saying, because I just kind of moved the goalpost. I believe that he could have just been drinking to relax his mind, because he can't, he's not smoking. That's another, that's something that he did to basically, to get himself to relax, because we all know he has high energy. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not condoning this. I'm not saying this is what he's doing. I'm just giving my opinion. So I think that he was drinking in moderation, and he wasn't drinking like that. You see what I'm saying? But yes, he probably was. Like you said, I shouldn't have said anything, but he did. So I believe he was drinking. He probably had a glass of wine. That's what even Shakur used to drink. When he said when he missed weight, it was because he was drinking wine. So I'm just going off this. And my belief, I believe that he was just drinking. Probably, I don't know if he's drinking hard alcohol, drinking some wine, and he was just relaxing, maybe. You know what I'm saying? And trying to drink. I don't think he was getting plastered though. That's just what I'm thinking. That's the reason why they couldn't see him in camp. You see what I'm saying, or smell it on him, because he's not drinking to where it's like he's drunk. You see what I'm saying? He's probably just getting to a certain limit. I don't know. I'm speculating like a mug.
Hold on.
I'm reaching.
First of all, no. I just so that we're clear, I wasn't saying that to condemn or condone. I just thought it was interesting that he would admit something like that, and then the people in his camp come out and kind of tried to dispel that. I don't know if they thought that it was like an attack on maybe their training, because I know that this was an issue surrounding the missed weight for the Edwin De Los Santos fight. So obviously, people were going to jump to assumptions. Maybe he was scared, maybe whatever the case may be. But to be 2 pounds overweight that morning and then 4 pounds overweight by the time, drinking ain't going to give you 2 damn pounds in like hours, is it? I don't understand.
Well,
maybe not taking a deuce, but not just drinking.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think he just, like he said, he didn't want to make the weight.
I don't think so.
He admitted it and said, well, his statement was, I just said, I'm not going to try to make weight. It is what it is.
Which was obvious at the weigh-in, because of the attitude that he had. He thought the shit was cute. He thought it was funny. And the only reason why I believe him is because look what happened in the Wu fight. That ended up being a no contest because he was smoking. And my thing is, these dudes could do whatever they want to do. You smoke, you drink, you do whatever. That's on you. So I'm not going to condemn him for doing none of that. But I definitely believe he could have been drinking. He wasn't drinking heavily. But why even say it? Because didn't he find Jesus after the whole Wu fight?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He
That's what
talked
he
too
said.
much. He do be
He
talking too much. Cause think
be
about it.
all over the place.
He talks with his he leads with his feelings on his sleeve. You see what I'm saying? Like you could tell that he's going through something because he's the type of person that'll talk about it. You know, you have those certain friends where they'll be like, "Man, my day was messed up." You be like, "Hold on, what happened, man?" Well, you know, they start talking about stuff. They bring it up to you, and they don't even give you an opportunity to basically tell you, like, you to ask them what's going on.
You
But
just
they
I say,
get
just,
sounding bored. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
I say something real quick.
Yeah, most
Go
definitely,
ahead.
Sam.
I think
What the hell?
with Keyshawn Davis, mental health is a real serious thing, and in the black community that we really need to take more serious. That's why Tank was saying what he was saying. He wanted to go to a therapist and talk and get shit worked out. You know what I mean? And not for people to look at him funny because he wanted to take care of his mental health. A lot of things with Keyshawn Davis stems from childhood trauma and shit. Like that shit is in him, and that's the source of a lot of his issues. And him fighting or boxing is a way for him to deal with that shit and release some of it. But at the same time, also, like that situation that happened with him and Edwin De Los Santos, where he missed that weight, and then his brother's situation, them going through that, I think that also plays into a lot of shit with Keyshawn. Like that young man is he's he's battling a lot of demons. You know, he's battling demons, and I think that we as fans and people should give him some type of grace when it comes to that. I don't think
Yeah,
people should.
no, Enigma, that's not, I don't think that's what we're doing. I just brought it up in conversation because his name was mentioned because he's on the card next week. So I wanted to just kind of gauge what people thought about his admission and then Bernie coming out and kind of giving a story to the contrary. I wasn't really trying to, downplay Keyshawn. I do understand that mental health is definitely a big issue in every community, but mainly ours because we have unhealed trauma, a lot of us, right? But this is the thing, right? As an adult, you have to take responsibility for yourself and your actions, right? Even if you are struggling with mental illness, you need to get yourself somewhere and get some help for the benefit of yourself. You're a father now, and you also have a family. You have a brand that you are trying to build as a businessman. Being a businessman means handling your business. Handling your business means making weight for a fight, since boxing is your business. So although I do sympathize with Keyshawn, I will also hold him accountable when he does fuck nigga shit.
Right.
And missing weight.
I agree with
drinking in camp. That is completely unprofessional. Drinking in camp, missing weight. That is completely unprofessional, and that's the quickest way to find your way up out of boxing.
Out of boxing.
No, I agree with you. But homeboy, like you said, I think that was a way of him. He maybe shared too much, like you said,
He did.
But I think that was a way of him, like a coping mechanism for him to do.
But when does it become an excuse? Because I'm with Jazz. I agree with everything you said, but I'm also
not
with Jazz.
I'm not giving him an excuse.
Well, no, I'm not saying you. I'm saying him. He was using that as an excuse. Because to go out and say it and then try to retract it, I shouldn't even said. You shouldn't have said nothing. Keep your problems to yourself because the people don't care. People just want to see you fight. That's what we support you for.
95% of people don't really give a good goddamn about it.
Yeah, I mean, we may care on the inside, but at the end of the day, we pay money and all those things to see this man fight. So him and Tank are people that I would say I almost feel like Picasso. Get out of boxing until you get that taken care of. Just go on and take care of yourself. Get right.
Yeah, because that's the most important thing, especially since he's a father. And I get it. Like, but what are you struggling mentally with, right? Because you're the reason that you missed weight. You know what I'm saying? You're a boxer. You're a decent boxer at that. Sean has the potential to really be something in this sport if he stays focused. You know what I'm saying? And works on his craft because he's very good. He's very talented. He punches with mean intentions. He has the ability to switch from orthodox to southpaw in the middle of a fight. He's very talented. He has charisma. He's an attractive young man, but he's Looney Tunes. And he needs to get that shit together.
Why you gotta be Looney
Because
Tunes?
he is. He be all over the place.
You know what I mean. You know what I
And
mean.
he's silly with it. That's what's annoying. And I feel like he needs to mature a little bit as well.
Let me say this.
The crash out was his own fault because you missed weight. So that's the reason you had to sit on the sideline with your sisters to watch your brother get his ass whooped. Your brother not being able to be all bright, hey, it happens. You barely beat him, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. You can't use your brother took a behind whooping and then y'all went backstage like some spoiled little YNs and y'all did whatever it is that y'all did. That's unprofessional, bro. He just made a whole bunch. He just, you know what I'm saying? He just made a whole bunch of unprofessional decisions in one fell swoop.
Right.
And then went away and then came back all goofy again. I just feel like he needs to grow up a little bit.
I agree.
He's a little silly. And that could be, we could chalk that up to the whole father situation, whatever the case may be, deal with it. And I know there's a lot of pressure on him because he has his brothers riding on him, right? But then shouldn't that be more of a reason for you to try to settle yourself?
Yeah.
He just does things on the spur of the moment. And maybe that's some type of disorder, y'all. Maybe think about what he did to Abdullah.
He has mental issues, obviously.
Yeah.
That's clear as that. But that's why I said it. See, when these boys talk about how much money they make and they run around here buying all this jewelry, buying them the girls with the fake booties, why don't you invest in yourself and your mental health? Because that is what's initially going to continue to give you more money to continue to run around here doing all the other goofy stuff that y'all like to do. Take care of your mental health. Take care of your body because those are your money makers.
You know what? Because there's no guidance. They don't have no guidance.
There you go.
Like,
and they got
hold on. They do have guidance around them. They got people that are. Yes, they do. They do.
Listen, what I'm about to say.
Blue, they wouldn't be making these mistakes if they.
Hold on, y'all. Let Blue Hustle Man get his shit up. Go ahead, Blue Hustle Man. Who's guiding it, baby? Put your cape on. Come on. Tell me who's guiding.
Well, I feel like this. I feel like they do have guidance because they have their coaches. They have people around them. Certain people around them that will guide them, right? But it's a matter of you being willing to accept the guidance that you're receiving. You see what I'm saying? Like think of it like this. He admitted that he puts on the game face. You see what I'm saying? So it was times where, remember when it first went through the incident? You know what I mean? Clarissa Shields was standing right next to him, talking to him and saying, hey, look, keep your head up, do this, do that, do this. And he's looking at her like, man, will you just hurry up? Sometimes you have to be willing. Are you ready to accept, the criticism or the advice, in about the situation that you went through? Are you willing to accept that right there? Maybe he's the type of person that will smile in your face and say, okay, I got you. And then when he walks away from you, he's like, whatever, man. You see what I'm saying? So I do believe he has people around him to give him guidance, but he's not willing to accept it. Maybe sometimes. What was you saying, Queen?
That's not what I tell you. That he still needs to take. Where is the self accountability, bro? Where is that? This is not, the Picasso said it. This is not the daycare center. This is not the babysitter's club. You are grown. You are a grown man. And yes, the people around you, if they care about you, they are supposed to offer you some sort of guidance, but you have to have self-accountability. He does not have that. He seems like anytime he's forced to even consider self-accountability, he spazzes out like he just can't take it. He's like a child that has never gotten whooped for being disruptive or, just out here acting a damn fool.
That's my point, Jack Queen. I wasn't saying in a sense of he doesn't have people around him. What I mean by that is where it starts at from the beginning, fundamentally in the home. Like he did not have, and I'm not making an excuse for him. Please be clear. He did not have that father figure in the home with him.
I got you.
This where all that shit coming from. him being raised in a single parent household with just his mother and her working hella hours doing whatever she got to do to make ends meet or to feed her children. You know what I'm saying? Which left him with a lot of time by himself and him not having that father there to sit him down and talk to him and set him on the right path and be there to guide him. So he don't have those fundamentals in place to understand and know how to deal with the pressures of life or being a grown man. And everybody ain't gonna understand that shit. And I get that because people just don't care. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. Is there some shit you're gonna have to deal with? And much to Gervonta Davis, when you said, why don't they just get out of boxing until they handle that? Now, Tank tried to step away from boxing, but what happens? They keep his name in it. They keep bringing his name up. That man ain't got to say nothing, and they still gonna bring him up. They still
bring him up till the cows come home. This is where I almost get back with what Jab Queen was saying. Log your little funky butt off the internet. This goes for Clarissa too. Good Lord. Shakur, get your butt off of social media and let them call you all they want to. Take care.
How many times have we do that though? How many times have we seen this man deactivate all his social medias and go dark?
He ain't getting help though. That's the thing. He go dark and he clearly is not getting help with this. That's all I'm saying.
That's the thing, right? Like, and that was my initial point, right? Like, so I get it, right? You know, when you're younger and you don't maybe have that guidance, okay, I understand that. But as you get older and you're a grown man and you decide to become a father yourself, at what point do you say, damn, I got to do better for my little man, or I got to do better for my little girl? I want to be an example. You have to clean that shit up. Especially if your business is going to be boxing, you have to clean that shit up. You cannot be running around here drinking. You cannot be running around here smoking. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know all of these people, they probably have their vices. I mean, shit, making your living getting knocked upside the head is a hard way for anybody to go. But at the same time, you have to understand there are sacrifices to be made to get to whatever level it is that you want to be. Stop running around here fighting the man who delivers my groceries, trying to make me think that you're really doing something. That goes to marketability too. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what anybody says. Yes, he could have been drinking, but I really don't think he wanted to go in there when there was Santos. If I'm being 100% honest, that would have been.
I don't think he did either. I agree with you on that.
He ever faced. That would have been the hardest punch he's ever faced. And yes, when Santos was 2 years off the couch, but as we just seen last month, he still got that goddamn knockout power. You know what I'm saying? So I really just don't think that he really wanted to get it. I think he talked to Shakur, and Shakur was like, that nigga could hit. You know what I'm saying? And he decided that he just didn't want to go that route. But to me, that was silly and a waste of people's time because you just won that belt the fight before. And so you drop it on the scale the next fight. What is the point of that?
I would even say put yourself first before your children. You gotta have some self perseverance, and because if you can't be right for you, you can't be right for the babies. At the end of the day, when I look at, as much as I was hating on Devin, look at what happened in that camp and what didn't happen in the Norman camp. He was the center of everything. Everything was about making sure he's right. And I don't know that it's the people around him or if it's something that he demands or commands. These men got to do this shit for themselves. Put yourself first. And if somebody around you, and I don't mean the yes men, but as far as making sure that you're good, put people around you that make sure that you come first, because everybody's eating off of you anyway. There's a whole lot on these guys. I get it, but even for your kids, for your mother, for whoever's depending on you, for your own self, you know, we got to take care of ourselves first. And that goes for us too.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely big facts. I agree. We all need to take care of ourselves, but I'm talking about for them being the public eye. And if we're being honest, this generation of boxing is kind of soft. You know what I'm saying? And yes, it is the internet age, and prior to that, you know, those boxers, we couldn't see all of their business and all of that. But they just didn't seem like the type of men to be posting up like that anyway. These guys, they fight more on Instagram, more on X than they do in the damn ring. Okay. Everything somebody says to them bothers them. It's like, bro, ain't you in training camp? Why are you on your phone? Why are you checking your phone in training camp, bro?
Because social media is the devil.
It is the
Social
devil.
media,
Okay.
yeah, but no, social media is a tool, and you are supposed to use it for what it's for. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, he needs to be responsible for himself. If you're drinking every day, you need to go somewhere and get yourself some damn help, because one of these days you run around and think your shit is sweet while you drinking up in camp. Somebody gonna knock your damn block off, and Jermaine Ortiz might just be the one to do it. So he better focus up.
Hey, wait, that thing. Wait. I gotta give you some pushback on that. Now, while I agree, Jermaine Ortiz he's a good fighter, but he is not a better boxer than Keyshawn Davis. Definitely, he's not a better boxer.
But Enigma, if you fighting drunk, don't you think that might give him a little bit of an edge?
Of course it is. And Grant, you brought me to something I wanted to say. I had to get this off my chest because, like you said, Keyshawn, and I agree with you, Keyshawn did not want to get in there with Edward De Los Santos because, one, he's a slick fighter, just as slick as him, and he punches just as hard, and he has all of the tools. So, and Shakur might have told him some shit. That's what now you're gonna see. I want to see how Shakur is going to fit, because Shakur has been getting paid since he's coming into the sport from the Olympics. And
you're breaking in and out, OG. Oh, I don't know if it's OG. You're breaking in and out, bro.
Everybody been telling Shakur how great he is since the Olympics, and he's this, he's that. But in all actuality, Shakur don't have no signature wins, and he hasn't really fought anybody with the same skill set as him outside of Teofimo. And that fight ain't happened yet. It ain't happened yet. So we've yet to see how he's gonna do up against an opponent with the same caliber of skill, because we haven't seen him in there with anybody besides Oscar Valdez and goddamn Jamel Herring, he was over the hill when he fought.
Facts.
He was over the hill. And then you got Jose Zepeda. You got William Zepeda. But Zepeda is not a skillful boxer.
Yeah, Zepeda ain't that. Now, I don't know why Shakur kept building him up to be that, because he ain't that.
He's not that. So now we're going to see how he does against Teofimo. This is Shakur's biggest, toughest fight right here.
Sure is.
It's not the biggest fight in boxing. Hell no, by any metric.
No, but for that era, Tank, Tio, Devin, Riri, Ryan, all them coming in together. Yeah, you're right. This is one of the ones we wanted to see. These matches.
Teofimo new name is Remo. Teofimo name is Remo, man.
He's the T-Ho.
This is the fight that you want to see. I've heard somebody else say that to me. I've never been interested in this type, but they were never in the same weight class.
I'm not saying I wanted to see it. I mean, I'm not picky about fights at all.
Yeah, I said that too. I said we're junkies.
They're in that same class. They're in that same class. Now you think about it. They was calling some of them the Four Kings. Well, Tio came along with them. I would put Tio over Ryan any day. I never thought Ryan was king.
Tio, Ryan, Tank, and Devin that had the Four Kings.
And Shakur. Yeah. I'm just saying they all came along together, though. Yeah.
Ryan has the potential. Came along together. Ryan has the potential.
Ryan is not that good.
No, he's not. But he has
potential. High again today, y'all. I just can't.
Hey.
Ryan has potential.
Lit today.
He looked high again today.
Ryan needs to get out of his kitchen.
I don't think he was.
I
don't think he was high.
Ryan needs to get out of his kitchen. He needs to get out of his kitchen training. That's what the hell Ryan needs.
That fool was sweating, jumpy all over again, just like the Devin presser.
He was talking some emotion though.
But hold on. I think that Ryan also has mental issues.
Yeah, he does.
And it's not funny, but no question.
It seems like all these young.
He's another one that has mental issues, like they can't handle life. It's like, bro, some of y'all are rich. I've never seen some people rich just as miserable as they want to be.
It'd be selfish.
Miserable as they want to be. It is
chemical imbalance and some shit.
Yeah,
Okay,
Coach
so
Maybe
Gooseman.
that's the human
security,
condition.
hold on
Of
one second. Security,
yeah.
please keep your eye on Slogan. Slogan's out of control tonight. We're going to monitor his situation closely. Thank you. Now, what you were saying, Enigma?
Exactly. You
Slogan,
got you
look
know
at Slogan.
you know,
Look at Slogan, y'all. Look at him. I cannot deal with him. Look at this fool.
He baby. Because he been acting a little strange, but
you
hey.
still on that good push. I'm on that good cush. Hey, Queen, I understand you took a brother wrench away and all. I understand.
Who? Who?
I ain't
Who?
wrenched up no more. You gotta snatch the nigga wrench. I get it.
Enigma, you never in the chat. You only pop on the panel. I've never seen your name in the chat to give you a wrench. I don't think you've ever had one.
Yeah, I had a wrench.
It
Yes.
must have had. Kat asked me that the other day. I never like when I. It must have happened when. Remember when YouTube was revealing everybody's real personal email addresses? That's when it must have happened because I don't even know how to change this stuff.
They did that. Like they revealed people email addresses and all that shit.
Yeah, y'all remember when people was going on chat and it was like, why are you showing real people real email addresses? So I'm thinking it happened then. I don't know. But you're not the first person that said that to me. Cash said that to me the other day. I didn't touch anything. I don't know what in the hell is going on around this community. But anyway, say something in the chat and then I'll add you. I'll give you back your wrench. I'm about to take Slogans and have security walk him to his car because he is out of control tonight.
So that good kush. He on that good kush.
Crazy. Slogan is so crazy. But no, go ahead what you were saying. Listen, and listen, I just feel like honestly, these boys, they need to be a little bit more serious about their craft if this is what they really want to do. If you have mental issues, go somewhere and get yourself some help. That's all. There's no shame in that. There's no shame in bettering yourself and getting yourself together. Like, I mean, come on. But you can't be running around here crashing out and then expect us not to talk about you because I'm going to talk about your ass. I'm going to talk about you now. You know what I'm saying? But
you know what is funny?
Get yourself together.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
I understand you saying you need to go get themselves together, but the same token, they probably feeling in their mind like, damn, I want to go talk to somebody, but if I go talk to somebody, motherfuckers gonna make fun of me. Motherfuckers gonna be calling me crazy.
Man, who cares? That's what I'm saying. They soft, bro. They soft. They worry too much about what people say. They worry way too much about what people say. Ramon, I just was looking at that, but when I look in the chat, it looked like you got one. They need to stop worrying about what people say. They need to stop worrying about what people say so damn much.
They built different.
Yeah, it's a whole different breed out here now, thanks to social
Yeah, you right.
lack of it.
That's right. That's right. Social media.
Yeah, we have a different age, maybe, and some of us was just raised differently. But it's like, most of this stuff is went to pot. So
I don't give a damn what people say. You kiss my ass.
media
You ain't paying these bills over here. Go do you, boo. I don't care about nothing you talking about. People need to really get. They need to have thicker skin. First of all, they need to stay off of social media while they're training. Use social media for what you're supposed to use it for. Promotion for yourself, promotion for your page. If you want to put up a picture of one of your children or whatever, then that's cool. But you should not be I should know every single thing about you. Okay? I should know that you're drinking every day you can. Get from behind, get from in front of a camera. Some of these people are attention whores and these are just sit down.
There you go. Boom. But how you gonna be a celebrity?
This conversation can go a multitude of ways, man. This conversation can go a multitude of ways because there's so many things and different avenues you can look at this shit from.
That's
like, it's crazy.
But
it really is.
A celebrity of a sort and still be a dang attention whore. You get attention.
No, that's the thing. They don't really get attention. People. Like, let's be 100% real. It's maybe like 3 or 4 of them niggas getting swarmed at the mall. Somebody know these niggas. You know what I'm saying? We talk about them on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? We really was keeping them popping, if we're being honest, because none of the shit you'll see on ESPN, none of it. You know what I'm saying? Outside of like real big news, but none of this stuff, we keep them lit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I be laughing at them. They talk about you pesky YouTubers. Motherfucker, if I wasn't talking about your ass, would nobody be talking about your ass. Stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying? So I pay them no mind when they say stuff like that, but then y'all do stuff for YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all do stuff for attention. Then when somebody pay y'all attention, y'all getting y'all feelings.
Well, I always say that you don't get to be an athlete or a celebrity, again, of some sort, and then talk about people talking about you. Your whole life is on camera, on script. If you don't want people talking about you, then get up out the game, because I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm like you. They
that's
soft.
just the bottom line. That's just the bottom line. But I mean,
Yeah, he's
guys,
speaking straight
and
facts.
I don't want to, I'm not going to pick the young man down, you know what I'm saying, while he already down because he's fragile as hell, apparently. But to just keep it, 100 and just bring the conversation to a close, I think that they all need to do that. If they're having issues, they need to go address those issues. Like Papa Schofield, he is clearly a narcissist and he needs to go somewhere. He stay in front of that camera, honey, and Mill City be eating it up. He stays right on
He
in front
damn
of
sure
that damn
do.
camera, just running his mouth, making
Toxic as
himself
hell.
and his son look silly. You done sat up there
Damn
and
sure
heard.
do.
I should not know you hypnotized your son before fight. Okay, I should not know that you're bald or whatever happened with your testicles. I should not know these things, bro. Like there's
Yeah, that's
nothing's off
crazy.
limits to these boys anymore. Like, what, come
That
on,
is
there's no such thing.
crazy.
What are you doing?
Yeah,
You
he
don't
always
put
do
no
stuff like
business
that.
in the
Remember,
public.
he told that his son pooped on himself or whatever. I was like,
Yeah,
wow.
like I hypnotized him before fights. Like, what kind of voodoo is going on around here? Isn't that against some type of sanctioned
Ain't
body
that
rule?
cheating? Isn't that cheating?
It should be.
Come on, man.
Like, what the fuck? That made me think about that movie with with Sidney Poitier, Bill Cosby, and old boy, that movie 40th Street Black. Y'all might not be old enough to remember that shit. That movie was funny as shit.
I'm thinking about the one. It's something about where they had a gambling ring going on in the back of them semi trucks.
Yeah. And they hypnotized old girls
Talk
into a
about
boxing match.
JJ. They hypnotized JJ from Good Times.
Yeah, that shit was funny as hell. Damn, that just say how old I am. Shit.
But all right, y'all. What closing thoughts, y'all? Because I'm getting ready to wrap it up. What are some closing arguments? What do we think about this? Well, I'm gonna watch the Zuffa card tomorrow, guys, and I will definitely let y'all know what I think. I'm interested in obviously the Muratalla Cruz fight. We can come back after that fight if y'all want to talk about that. But just overall, what are y'all closing thoughts about the whole situation? The Schofields, we don't care about them. I know I don't. But
I think
just the whole
the boys.
situation. So,
I think Caroline Du Bois could beat. I think she could beat Alicia Baumgartner.
Okay.
And the Baumgartner's he's a piece of work in that ring. She can do her thing, but I think that Caroline Du Bois, she got that pretty ass jab, much like motherfucking Sebastian Fondora's sister. Know what I mean?
She fight like her brother.
Why don't keep Alicia ass out there at the end of that stick, keep popping her ass. She gonna find it hard to get inside.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that would be a good fight if they can ever get that together, figure out a way to me, obviously Caroline Dubois, she can finish clean that 135. Alicia can continue to do what she wants to do and then build the buzz for that fight. I think that would be another big fight in women's boxing. Almost, I'm not saying like Katie and Amanda, but we need something else to rally around because this rematch that we got coming next month ain't it. So
yeah, oh my God, I think that's a trash ass fight, man. I swear, that's a trash fight.
Yeah, we're gonna cover it just because we cover all landscape of box. So next month we'll talk about that shit.
It's like how many times can she fight the same person? Come on.
We're gonna
beat the girl up 4 times.
Clarissa needs to just go ahead and put that work in, get in the gym, and lose some fucking weight and go back down. Go back down and get that smoke in them lighter divisions. Because I think that it's a couple of girls down there to get Clarissa some wreck.
Yes, I don't think she can get down past 168 now, though.
She says she is, y'all.
I think she can get to 54.
I'm gonna talk about
you think she to 54?
Yeah, I think she can get to 54 if she put the work in.
She want to lose that butt because remember she was coveting the booty. She can't.
Her ass fat. That's why she keeping Pat Pooh.
Pat Pooh. Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. She ain't losing that weight right now.
Ew.
I'm gonna talk about that.
She wanted to. Remember, she said she was gonna drop down to 160 and take the belt down there, but she ain't doing that, obviously.
No, I have a whole problem with that heifer.
She likes the idea of being in a weight class all by herself.
Yeah, but that's not. Listen, y'all don't get me dragging this girl. Anyway, we will cover that fight as we come a little closer to that fight. I'm going to see if we can get Fran Shine over here to talk about it, if she wants to, because I know she, I know her and Clarissa were going back and forth on the X Carissa called her jealous or some nonsense. I don't know what in the hell that girl be having going on half the time. But you know, her and her friends suffer from delirium.
Crenshaw need to give it up.
But I mean, she get in the bag and listen. I'm not saying that Crenshaw don't need to get her money because she need to get her money too. But I would prefer to see Carissa fight somebody we haven't already seen her fight. I don't think that's a hard task to accomplish for the GOAT. You know what I'm saying?
You need to do Shadeja Green, man. Get that girl Shadeja that shot.
I don't see why she shouldn't. I don't know why she wouldn't. I mean, that's a definite.
There you go. She got apprehension. That's what I say. AB got apprehension too about Caroline. They both.
Yeah, she does.
You know it.
Yeah.
You know it.
Yes, sir. She been.
Oh, I wanted to let y'all know. The name of that movie is called Let's Do It Again.
Let's do it again.
Yeah, let's do it again, yo.
Billy D. Williams.
Let's do it again.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
But was it Richard Pryor? No, it was Sidney Poitier.
It was Sidney Poitier and Bill Cosby.
Yeah, Bill Cosby.
Sidney Poitier was in the army, and he used to hypnotize people. So they wouldn't be afraid. So they went on and they figured they needed the money for church, right? For their lodge. So they went down there, and what they did was they went on and hypnotized Whoopi Farnsworth, who is Jason's character. Whoopi Farnsworth. And he was going up against 40th Street Black.
Hold on. Cardinal said he got Franchon by knockout because Carissa knocked both.
Oh wow. I mean, we can't say that we ain't never seen Carissa get dropped because we have.
Well, I guess the sun shines on the doves ass every once in a while, like my daddy used to say. Maybe it'll happen.
We don't know. We don't know what's going on. But I'll tell you what. We'll get more into that fighting this. You got to get the people. I know Boosie is walking out now. I saw something about that on social media. Boosie's going to be walking her out this time for her ring walk. From what I understand, that she's still going to be. That's another thing too. They need to start testing their market value outside of their hometowns, right? Like you're a hometown hero. We get that. You're always having your fights in your hometown.
Tired of Little Caesars Arena.
Yeah, we want to see we want to see your marketability outside of your hometown. Put on a fight in Madison Square Garden. Do something like that so we can really see how much your market value. That's just the bottom line. But some of these people are afraid to do that because they pretty much know.
I think Carissa feels it pretty much do good though if she put her fight on somewhere else outside Detroit, like Madison Square Garden. I think she'll do good because he's gotten a lot of publicity from that Papoose Remy Ma situation. So I think that fight will do some numbers.
It might do all right, you know what I'm saying? But I'll tell you what, she would have done better, in my opinion, taking the meeting with Jake and Matisse so seriously instead of, with an attitude or whatever the case may be. Because with her, which I think are skilled, with all of that, she would have been on a bigger platform. What bigger platform than Netflix? It's way bigger than Little Caesars Arena in Detroit. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So she could have definitely had that opportunity to market herself a little better. And she needs to do something about her attitude. I mean, let's call it what it is. And I know a lot of people think, she's a boxer. Why does she have to have a good attitude? Look at Alicia Bumgarner. You know what I'm saying? She's marketable. And she has a pleasant attitude. If it stink over there, if it stink over there and it stink over here, damn it, it's you. It can't be everybody else and not you. That don't make no sense.
Alicia's such a fucking lady.
All right.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, Jab, did you talk about the Vargas brothers fighting each other?
I did see that, but I did not. I did see that, but no, I didn't talk about that. I couldn't find the video.
Man.
I couldn't find the video. So I was like,
it's on IG.
Okay.
Cam,
it wasn't like no real fight. It was just
Emiliano
it was just a tussle, and then one of them
Who was it?
It was Amato
Armando.
and
Fernando,
Fernando. Yeah.
Fernando,
Yeah.
and Amando.
The
Yeah.
Yeah.
oldest and the youngest. The oldest and the youngest.
No,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
middle child, the middle one.
I thought
The
Emiliano was the
middle.
youngest, isn't he?
Yeah,
I thought Emiliano was
Emiliano
in the
is the
middle.
longest.
I thought
No,
Amado
he
was. I don't know.
Armando is in the middle, and Emilio is the youngest.
The baby.
And Fernando's
Yeah, he
Emiliano
got
said
so he got all of the skills.
he said it was some family stuff and it wasn't over no girl, but he wouldn't say what it was about.
Oh,
But I find it funny, yeah. They if it was the Davis brothers, oh, it'd be everywhere, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it?
It'd be
Yeah, it
oh
everywhere.
yeah,
Back on front page news.
oh yeah.
They was
Hey,
about to
look,
tear that casino up.
they would have made a mockery of him, especially the way one of the brothers ran around the tree. Man, let one of the Davis
Right,
brothers
right.
just
that
run
They
shit
around the
was
almost tore that
tree.
funny.
thing up out of that
I
project.
was
Oh my
crying, man.
goodness.
Oh my God, that is such sibling shit. That is such
Hey,
sibling
Jab,
shit.
did you touch on
They
Virgil?
he didn't really run around the tree. It was just it looked they that did happen though. They moved around the tree.
It was like one of them fake bushes. It was a fake
Yeah.
Yeah,
bush.
like a ficus in a big ass pot at the casino.
Okay, okay.
hmm
Demonstration. But all right, guys. Closing arguments, enigmas.
Nah, I got nothing.
You ain't got nothing. Okay, are you watching the Zuffa card tomorrow?
Yes, I am.
Okay,
I ain't watching that.
Wait. Is it I thought when does Andy Cruz fight? Is they on Shakur
Saturday.
Stevenson card?
No, Andy
That's
and
on
Cruz, they're
Saturday.
running their own
Is
card.
this
That card is
Saturday?
Saturday. It's
Yep,
Saturday.
this
They're
Okay.
running their own card. We're gonna
Who else on that card though?
you know what? I completely forgot who else on the card. But we're trying to talk them.
Zaito Moses is on there. He's fighting somebody.
Yeah,
Amari.
Zaquan fighting.
Zaquan, my apologies. Moses, he's on there.
Amari
Mhm.
Jones, Israel Madrigal,
Oh, is he?
Yep.
Cole.
Yep.
Who's Amari fighting? Who's Amari fighting?
Amari is fighting Jerome Baxter.
Which card is Shushu on?
Shushu's on the next weekend card with Shakur in the baby.
Yeah, he's on the Shakur card, 31st.
I'm looking for my boy
Saturday.
Shushu York.
Shushu. Yeah, that's my boy too. I love him.
That's my guy right there.
He got to step it up in competition though. He definitely does.
He needs to come up and weight.
So
He got to get out of that lower weight class, man.
Okay.
My closing arguments. AB is apprehensive because I don't want to call her scary. What else you talk about? I'm definitely going to tune in to the Muratalla and Cruz fight. I guess I'll watch Zuffa. I'm just really not thrilled, but I'm gonna watch it for the sake of that. I'll be watching all of them.
I'm gonna watch it for the setup. I want to see how they have their shit set up and how they're presenting and stuff like that. I look at stuff like that too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they said they got a different ring, didn't they? Didn't they say they got a different ring?
They using the UFC
that, but I don't know.
the Apex. Yeah.
Schofield is a sucker. That's probably my last one. All your topics I think I covered them. And blessings to everybody on the panel. Blessings to everybody
Blessings
in the chat.
to you too, Charlotte.
Blessings.
Thanks for having me, Gab Queen.
Of course, anytime.
Jab, thank you, Mama. Thank you.
You welcome, baby. Anytime. You know that. Hustle man, what you got for me, baby?
We got good cards. We got a good card this weekend. You know, decent card, most definitely. I think the card that stands out the most for the beginning of this year is 31st, the Shakur T.O. and Shakur. That card is a good card, man. I think that this year is going to be a good year of fights, and you know, you also had some good topics on here. Great job with that, and on to the next one. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep building.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
you.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much,
appreciate
baby.
you. Appreciate you.
Anytime, for sure.
All right, hustle, man.
Yeah, peace, love, and air peace. Yeah.
Peace, baby.
Peace.
Peace.
Hey, Jab.
Yes.
I've been trying to learn this YouTube shit, learn how to because I got a channel, but I haven't really been putting anything on it because I'm trying to get shit all situated and learn how to do the editing and all that shit. But yeah, I'm gonna get there.
Okay,
I'm
well,
definitely gonna
listen,
get
if you
there.
need any help, you can just hit me up.
I do
Write
need
my
some help.
email. Write my email. We'll chop it up.
I bet.
Let me know what you need.
All right.
Okay, baby. Peace. B-More,
Peace.
where
Peace.
you
Peace
been?
today.
I see you. I
All
see your
right.
voice is back. I see your voice is back. I said I ain't talked to David Lynch. I ain't heard that voice in a long
Yeah. It finally got
Change
out
your
of that
avatar.
faculty stage,
You
man.
change the picture.
That
Huh?
flu. The flu
Mm.
got me, man. The flu. It messed my throat. It hit me like the next day after New Year's. Next thing you know, everything was crackling, and I was like, "Oh man!"
You
Plus, I
ain't the
was
only
feeling
one,
sick.
dude.
I lost my sense of taste. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
man,
That's what I meant
sound
when I
like you had
said
sound
it
like you had
gave.
the corona.
Yeah, it gave me COVID vibes. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I was like, you don't know what's going on out here nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, you got so many different illnesses out here circling around. It's crazy, you know.
But
But
I'm glad you feel better.
yeah, me too. Oh, thank
Good
you know. Wife take care of me.
for you. You got a good wife. That's what you're supposed to
Yes,
do. So what did
sure
you think
indeed.
about some of the stuff that we talked about? I covered a lot of the Zuffa stuff because I just want to keep people informed with some of the changes that they made to the Ali Act that I thought were extremely interesting. And
Man,
then also we talked about Schofield. He selected Lucas Bahdi, obviously over Lamont Roach. So what does Lamont Roach do from here since he's not the prettiest girl at the prom this year? And just the fight, the Muratalla and the Cruz fight. Who do you think wins that fight?
well, I'm going with Cruz. I'm going with
Okay.
Cruz. I'm going with
Why?
Cruz on this
Why?
fight. You know what I mean? I heard Mr. Sheldon up here with his spill.
Hating.
I don't
You know
believe
that.
just because he has 23 fights and he's a champion, that doesn't automatically mean that he's going to win. You know what I mean? It's boxing. There's always a puncher's chance for anybody. And Andy could go in there with what he's been learning from Bosie in that gym, and he could go in there and he could put it down on that man. You know what I mean? And then it'll be like, whoa, wow, who's the champion and who only got 6 fights? You know what I mean? But you gotta look at it. Cuban style boxing is not like American boxing. They
Right,
fight all the time. And those
right.
fights may not be considered professional fights. That's just like when you're a boxer growing up in Mexico. You know what I mean? So I'm like, you just can't say that because of the fact that he only has 6 fights, you know? But that's what I believe, I'm rolling with Andy on that, with Andy Cruz. You know what I mean? Oh, let's
Okay.
not forget, in February, Scooter got a fight. Top Rank is putting on a card at I forgot the name of the casino, but it's a casino in Hanover, Maryland. You
Yeah,
know
I
what I
just got
mean?
that. And speaking of, I just got that promo from Big Dre, so I play it on my next show because I gotta convert it from my phone to I gotta put it in my stream yard, and I usually have to go upload it then download it. So he just actually sent that to me, so I'm gonna have that for us on our next show. All the information that you guys can get and go view that fight if you guys are in the Maryland area.
True
And don't
that.
forget my baby girl on the 24th. She has her fight in Virginia, Tierra. So.
All right. All right, there we go.
That's her first. That's her first professional fight. My baby got her first pro fight. So we
There we
definitely gonna
go.
check her out and make
Rumble,
sure.
young one. Rumble, young woman, rumble.
Yep, rumble, young woman, rumble. So definitely. But we definitely gonna keep it moving. We're gonna have some more guests. Obviously, I'm gonna try and see who we can get. I want to get Fran Sean over here. So if she wants to promote the fight. I know she's been doing a lot of press. I know she's been working and stuff. So I'll see if she wants to come over here and promote their fight that she has with Clarissa. I know they had another press conference. What was that, last week? Or earlier this week? I know I saw something they did. I guess their second press conference or face off, whatever you want to call it. And I know they've been going back and forth with each other on X. So I think
going
come
at
up and and promote their fight. So we'll see. We'll see what we got going on. But we're moving in the right direction, baby. Always.
True that.
Upwards.
True that. Always forward, never backwards.
That's
always
right.
forward.
That's right.
Oh,
That's right.
and one thing I did want to say, Keyshawn Davis is full of shit. He's searching for sympathy. He's searching for sympathy. Yeah, seriously, he is. 1 minute he has a marijuana addiction problem. Next minute he got mental issues. Now he's an alcoholic. Come on, man, make up your mind. What happened to the days? What happened to the days when dudes just get in the ring, fight, do what you do, and that to speak for itself? Now look at Abdullah Mason.
Yep.
All he do is he go up there, he get in the ring, he lay it down, walk out the ring, and people know he got skill. I used to like Keyshawn, and then I'm like, what is going on? It's something about these B-side boxing Mitches. I said Mitches. Over there on that Bud, Devin, Shakur side. There's something about that side that is just, they just all over the place. You know what I mean? They live for scandal.
Well,
it's ridiculous.
I don't know about Bud, but the rest of them, I can kind of agree with that. But I don't think Bud lives for scandal. But the rest of them, yeah, they need attention. They all want attention.
Bud, you live for scandal. Come on, how you gonna leave your lawful wife to go run off with a snow bunny? I know this is personal business, but still though, come on, brother. Come on. You got all those seeds. Come on. That's the last thing we need. We gotta be, us brothers gotta be an example of what our family unit is. I remember going out, we go out, my family, I got 3 boys and a girl. We go out when they little and whatnot, to certain places, white people looking at us like something wrong. You know what I mean? Like, you're looking at us for, oh, I get it. In your mind's eye, from everything that's been taught and portrayed to them, the narrative is that Black men, we don't have families. You know what I mean? That Black men and women are not families. That we raise all our kids in broken homes. That's the last thing we need is broken homes. You know what I mean? That's the last thing. So we just go here and we keep doing what we gotta do. Because we gotta battle that whack perception that's been painted about us and our families. You know what I mean? As well as going ahead and doing what we gotta do.
Right. I agree. I don't know who's backstage, but I'm shutting down, baby. So maybe come back when I'm live again.
All right, sis. Y'all have a good day, good evening. You know what I mean? And I'll go ahead and I'm gonna drink me some CDC. You see how my voice is starting to get a little bit squeaky. That just shows that I gotta drink some more tea. Keep drinking the tea. You know what I mean? With some rhyme and to go ahead and use my voice
Oh,
to the
boy.
town.
All right, Mr. Lynch. Marky Man, what the hell you want?
Golly. I got a beg to come talk to you, sis. How you doing?
Oh, my God. Say I'm closing down Marky Man. What is it?
Well, I just
Peace
wanted
and
to tell
blessings.
you I love you. You're a
God be my
decent
boo. And
person.
Shawwell, I said make sure you add some ginger in that tea. That's gonna help your throat, okay?
Yes,
All right.
indeed.
Yeah, I
One.
hope
Peace
you
out.
feel better. I hope you feel better. I just wanted to come
Marky
and
Man.
tell you you're a decent person. I love you.
Oh my God. Jesus
I got the
Christ, I'm
200
sorry.
subscribers, Jab Queen. I got the 200 subscribers.
Well, okay, big stepper. I see you.
I'm telling you, I'm
All the
already up to
internet
259,
solicitation.
so I'm trying to get to
Okay.
300.
All right. Okay. Well, listen, why don't
Absolutely.
you tell me when you go live? I will come and support you,
I'm
Marky
I'm
Man.
gonna
It's
leave
ready
my
to go
number in
right
the
at
back, and
me.
I'm gonna leave my number in the back chat. You gotta text me.
I don't want to text you, boy. Stop soliciting yourself. I
Man, you
said
should have
tell me
been.
when you're going
You
live.
should have been had my number. Stop being like that.
Don't nobody want your number, child. Go on about your little day. Listen, let me know when you're live, sweetie, and then I will come over and show you some support. This nigga
Most
don't
deaf,
pick up.
most deaf, most deaf.
Oh, my goodness. Well, listen, I covered Zuffa boxing. I covered the fight that's taking place this weekend. Real quick, what do you think about the fight this weekend, and who do you have winning?
Is Shakur Teo this weekend, or is it Andy Cruz
No,
Muratalla?
baby, it's the Muratalla, Andy Cruz.
I got Andy Cruz winning.
Okay.
I just love his talent. I love his skill set. However, Muratalla is obviously the more seasoned pro. So we're
Okay.
gonna see what happens. Not that he got some pop, but I just think Andy Cruz, he will have the ability to keep the distance on Muratalla. And
Okay.
we'll see if Muratalla can cut the ring off on him. But I got Andy Cruz
Okay.
winning.
Okay. All right. And then obviously, I don't know if you saw the kid Schofield. He's made his selection. We don't know if the sanctioning body is going to order him and Lucas Body or him and Lamont Roach, but he said that he would rather fight Lucas Body for the belt, for the vacant WBA belt.
Well, I mean, I agree with him because Lamont Roach even said it that he's gonna be out for a little while after what Pitbull
No,
did to him.
no,
So,
Lamont, no, that's not true. Lamont Roach came out and
oh,
said that he thinks he's fighting. Look,
There's a possibility that I can fight Kid Austin for the WBA 135-pound title. We definitely gonna push for that. Obviously, I entered the rankings at the number 4.
so he's
okay,
interested in that
I
fight.
stand
However,
corrected.
Kid Austin is not interested in that fight. So this is what his daddy said.
Has nothing to do with us. We about to fight. We about to fight for the WBA against Lucas, most likely, because he wanted an opportunity to fight for Tank's belt. So Roach being a part of this conversation is just y'all talking. That has nothing to do with me. Truthfully, no, honestly, it's no debate on him. He's not part of any part of my financial plans. That ain't what presented to us. So anything debating on a roach has nothing to do but market roach. So to me, it's not beneficial to me. Right now. Right. So why am I gonna market that gentleman right now on this interview? We're talking about Kid. And Roach haven't been a fight that Roach haven't been presented as a fight. So when that fight is presented, we could debate that then. But that ain't what's on the table. Even with the WBA, that ain't even what's on the table.
So as you can see, they're looking to fight Lucas Body instead of Lamont Roach. So there you have it. Your thoughts, and then get on up out of here.
I mean, like, I don't have no words for, like, even just listening to that dude talk is hilarious. Like, I just don't have respect for him. I laugh dead in his face if I ever met this dude in real life. Kid, like, hey, listen, if it hasn't been presented to them, or if Oscar De La Hoya is telling them they're not gonna get Lamont, they're not fighting Lamont Roach. But I mean, well, hold on, but wasn't I mean, I've heard some things that from a lot of people that PBC and Golden Boy will be working in the future. So I
Yeah,
don't know if
he
I don't
accepts
know
some
if what you say.
They're looking to set some stuff up, but that has nothing to do with Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach is under no excuses.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. He's not under an exclusive deal. Um, yeah, it might be a duck. It might be a duck. It might be some scaredness, but I'm not willing to say that at this point, especially just after Lamont Roach got hands put on him up there. I think, I remember how like how bad he was, or like the bad way he was after the fight. You know what I'm saying? Real beat up. There's blood coming from his mouth. His eye was shut. It wasn't a good look. You know what I'm saying? So if Kid also want a little soft touch, I mean, listen, that's how it is in the sport of boxing. I don't like it. I think the Kid is odd. You know what I'm saying? Like what happened with Shakur. He had an opportunity right in front of his face to potentially win and be a star, and he called out sick. This man got in the hospital bed and faked.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And from what we hear, and this is just reported, sources say, the doctor,
We're not doing all of that. Come on now.
the
And then he said,
no, hold on. The doctor told him to get out of the bed. Hey, boy.
but
They
listen,
had
he
him in
just
the
said
bed.
Marky Dan too. And he remember the last reason he pulled out, he had a sprained wrist, but listen to his father explain why he pulled out.
Now, earlier, Senior, before you jumped on, Lucas said, he's very adamant to get this world title shot. No funny business whatsoever. He said a little bit. What was that, Lucas? They starting to build the reputation of pulling out.
Nah, it ain't no reputation. That's people gonna always talk. Floyd says send him a link. Tell Mills send me a link. Now Floyd got pulled out of a fight by the British Border Commission because he was poisoned, and the toxicology showed. That's why nobody sued me and said I'm lying or bashing anybody, because a fact is a fact. Somebody tried to kill him there. The other fight before then, he had surgery. They had to rush him for emergency surgery because his two testicles wrapped around each other and cut off the blood circulation. So,
So as you can see, instead of his wrist now, it was his nuts. I can't be bothered with you, Marky Dan. I cannot.
That man nuts was in a twist.
Child, it was in a pretzel. Leave that boy alone. Look here, Marky Dan.
Oh,
I ain't got
man.
I ain't got no time
You
for this.
can't do it with this dude. Like, you can't make this
You
stuff
can't
up
make
with this
this shit
dude.
up. You can't.
He
You
is a
can't make
real, he's a real deal character.
Yes, he
Oh,
is. Yes, he
man.
is. Yes, he is. Oh God.
And Bahdi just sitting there. Does Bahdi speak English? Does he speak English?
Yeah, but I don't speak English, boy. What's wrong with
Okay,
you? Yeah.
like he's sitting there stone faced listening to this bull crap.
I can't believe it. I like the rest of it.
Yeah, this nigga. What he say about that tow truck driver? You
Stop
got
it.
that clip?
Stop it. Marky Dan, we're not rehashing this
I
whole
can't
thing.
even
We're not
remember
doing
what
it.
he said.
We're
Nah,
not
but
doing all this.
he's a good guy. And he's in he's in his son's life. Respect to him. You know what I'm saying? That's that's what he's supposed to do. Doing his thing. And his son about to fight for a title. So I mean, I can't really crap on the dude too much other than say that he's a ridiculous little guy. Bro, I was saying that Schofield is Canadian.
No, she was talking. We talking about Lucas Bahdi. Lucas Bahdi is Canadian.
Okay. My bad.
Yeah, no, Lucas Bahdi is Canadian. But so, what are your thoughts? Are you watching the Zuffa card tomorrow?
Yeah. I watch. Well, no. Well, what time is it? What time does it come on?
It comes on, if I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think 5 or either 8, but it's on the Paramount platform, so you can watch it over there.
I watch the main event. Yeah, I watch the main event.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, Marky Dan. Any other thoughts, honey, before I wrap this thing on up?
I mean, HR 34 was passed in committee, passed with bipartisan support overwhelmingly.
I discussed that earlier. Yes, I discussed that earlier.
Absolutely. It's gonna move to the floor.
House. Yes,
Yep.
it is.
Yep. And I mean, all this stuff is gonna happen. Like I say, it's gonna happen. And Jab Queen is gonna realize one day that Marky Dan speaks nothing but facts.
Marky Dan is a complete fool. That is what I realized
That
a
speaks
long time
facts.
ago. I don't need
Call me a fool,
I don't need
but
to
I speak
talk to you a long
facts.
time to realize that, Marky Dan. I can read the room on that, honey. Ray Charles could see you a damn fool. That's more personal. Whether or not it gets here is not the point. It's going to be good for boxing. What's the point?
Well, I think, and that's what I wanted to touch on. Because this thing is coming. I've been saying this for months, and people keep getting mad at me. But it's coming. So if you just do a study, yeah, you're right, it's here. If you just do a study of sports leagues around the world, if you go to the UFC, and boxing in general, this wild, wild west free market concept that we have in boxing, the fighters get 10 to 18% of the revenue. In UFC, they get a flat 18%. If you go to the NFL, the NBA, the NHL, F1 racing, the athletes get 50% of the revenue share. Why is that? All of them have unions. All of them have a players union. All of them. UFC, they don't got a union. Well, right now they're going through the antitrust lawsuit.
Boxers are also independent contractors. And don't forget that Dana White is being sued for stealing their damn money. So I'm not really sure what the point is that you're trying to make.
That stuff is gonna get settled. It's gonna get settled out of court. However, it is gonna change the business for the better.
Sure, you're right. All right, Marky Dan, thanks for stopping by, honey, because this is ridiculous.
I love you to death, Jab Queen. You're a good person. Right. You're a decent person. Happy New Year.
Boy, I don't need you to tell me that. Get your ass on. Thank you for stopping
you're a decent person.
Bye, Marky Dan. Thank you so much.
See you later, Jab Queen. Bye, Shawalia. Bye, DJ Oss. Bye, Devil Lynch.
Somebody walk Marky Dan for his car. Walk Marky Dan to his car, please. And feel
subscribe to the Boxing 101. Salutes, Jab Queen. I love you.
Baby. Somebody walk Marky Dan to his car and feel free to rough him up along the way. Please and thank you. And I think y'all might have to walk him to his car because Shalwa seems upset, honey. Make sure he don't catch a brick on his way out to Players Palace. Please and thank you. Well, all right, everybody. We done had us a lovely conversation as usual. Love it, love it, love it. We will continue to follow the Zuffa boxing. Obviously, tomorrow after we watch the card, I will maybe do a video or maybe we'll discuss it on Saturday as we get ready for the Cruz versus Muratalla card. Lord, the tongue twister. And then obviously we have the final card of the month, a few cards. Final of the month next week. Don't forget the Xander Zayas card is also next week. It's getting drowned out by a lot of the other cards that are happening, but that is a unification fight between Xander Zayas and Abbas Farouk. So that fight is also taking place on the 31st, along with the Teal versus Shakur Stevenson card. So we will definitely dig more into detail on that. Marky Dan, stop spamming my chat with this trash. Boy, security. All right. I am the brick thrower. All right, y'all, I just can't even call it. We already know what type of time in the Schofields are on. Obviously, they think they're going to be on somebody's Netflix, honey. I doubt it, but we will follow that as well to see who they choose or who the WBA mandates them to fight. And then we will watch it from there, watch them pull out Diddy Bop Flip Flop. You know how it goes. And we will continue to watch the Zuffa situation as it continues to unfold. But that's all I got for y'all tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Make sure y'all smash the like button if y'all have not done so already. And until next time, y'all know what to do, baby. Catch Mother on a panel. I am